Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome to an NHL 24 Fantasy Draft Challenge. As we're still waiting for franchise mode to be playable, as we're waiting for the rosters to be playable and usable as well, I thought that we'd do something a little different tonight. Take a break for tonight from MLB The Show 23, and what we'll do is get into some NHL 24. We haven't really been able to get into it much. If you saw my video recently in the last couple of days, you'll know that roster editing, contract editing, all that stuff is pretty much impossible right now. So tonight what we'll be doing is a descending age draft. In a fantasy draft format, every player that we draft will have to get younger as each pick goes on. So we'll start old and get young, and with the pick that we get, the team that we come together with in the end, we'll try to win the cup. We did this on NHL 23. We did an ascending age draft from youngest to oldest. Now we're doing the reverse, oldest to youngest. So if you're joining us after you've already gone live, you can jump ahead to the 5-minute mark up in the top left corner. But if you're watching live, we'll just start welcoming you into the stream. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Dexter, Mark, welcome aboard. Taking a little break from MLB The Show 23 tonight to get into something in NHL 24. A little bit different, a fantasy draft challenge, something that we did on NHL 23, as I mentioned earlier, an ascending age draft. This will now be a descending age draft. Every player that we draft will get younger. We'll try to have some fun with it, and we'll just have a little evening out of it. Vinny, welcome aboard. I'm going to catch a stream. There you go. Perfect timing. Dreams, hello, hello, welcome. Let's just get all the usual things going as I just take care of the housekeeping. You may notice I am using, for the first time in a live stream format, the new microphone that was funded by the donations a couple of weeks ago. So with all those donations, I was able to purchase NHL 24 and also get a new microphone. I can make it go louder. I can make it go more quiet. I can play around with it a little bit. I can mute myself, so in the middle of a sentence I could be talking, and then if and as I continue, it goes back. So a few, a couple nice little things that it's able to do. Plus, hopefully, the quality of the sound is a bit better. I'm still not in the best environment for it. I'm not in any sort of studio recording format here. I'm not in a soundproof room, but it is nice to have a higher quality microphone. The one that I had was great. I had it for like 3 games. The new chair, not yet. We're still in the folding chair. I want to try and make the big jump for the PlayStation 5. It's going to be big. But, the donations have been great. The support for the channel has been very good. I'll continue to accept any more donations that want to come in for that. The best way to donate is through the link in the description to the PayPal, because that's the way in which the least amount gets taken away. But at the same time, I know that it's also easy to go through YouTube. It pops up, makes little colors and all that. So I will not begrudge you if you are to make a donation. I will not begrudge the way in which you do it. Just if you are going to do so and you're able to, PayPal would be the best, but YouTube is fine as well. If you do it on PayPal, I won't get notified here, so just let me know and I can go and take a look at it so you can get your credit where credit is due. What team are we going to be playing as? It's a fantasy draft, so it doesn't really matter. I'm willing to take votes on that. Usually I play with the Canadians, but I always do the Canadians, so I'm willing to listen to whatever anybody else wants, and we'll just choose a random team, and we'll do the fantasy draft from there. I think I'm just about wrapped up. Got the thumbnail made last second. I went from Giordano to Bedard, oldest player to youngest player. Yeah, pillows on the folding chair. There is like a thin cushion on it at the very least. So that does make it a little bit more bearable. We'll just share it on Twitter. We are live for an NHL 24 Fantasy Draft Challenge. Every player drafted must get younger. There we go. Let's see. It won't be an expansion just yet. I don't want to do anything. I wanted to start a new series tonight, actually. What I wanted to do tonight was start a new series. But because I'm planning on upgrading to the PlayStation 5, I don't want to start anything that would get erased if I get a new PlayStation within the next week or two. So what I wanted to do tonight was a one-off stream as we're waiting for NHL 24 rosters and all that to be more usable. Hi Data, excuse me. Are you going to do the whole season this stream? Well, this is just a fantasy draft challenge, so we'll draft the team and we'll do the season and see how far we get. It's a one and done. So when we do an actual series, I'm willing to do expansion, fantasy, anything else. But this is within a set of regulations, descending age draft. Every player is going to get younger as we go through it. So we've passed the 5-minute mark. We're ready to get started, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us here this evening. As I said earlier, it's not quite time yet to start our next series. I will be putting out the poll tomorrow. Get excited, as the poll will be out tomorrow here on YouTube. But for the time being, I'm not going to be starting any new series just yet, as 1, it's not super playable, and 2, I'm still looking to upgrade the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. Although it would break my heart, my PlayStation 4 is working well. It's been a trooper. I'd honestly probably just use my PS5 for franchise mode. That's all it'd be used for. So I'm still not decided on what I'll do there. And Dreams comes in. Vegas Golden Knights, since they got the first suspension of the year, there you go. With the $6.99 donation, that'll be it. Dreams with the donation has decided what team we'll do tonight. We'll do it Vegas style. So we'll just call it, let's call it, what's the title? I'll just call it Descending for the name here. Descending. Can't even spell it right. Descending. There we go. Mark, you got a PS5 for me? I'll take it. Anyone has a PS5 to donate? Forget me having to purchase one. Are you purchasing one? Mark, you have a PS5 for me? I will take it. Plays the Red Wings this time. It'd be nice to see them win a bit. You know what? I was going to take suggestions, but Dreams with the donation, I can't say no. We're going to go with Vegas. But remember, it's a fantasy draft, so it doesn't really matter too much. Vasi, welcome aboard. Mark, if you seriously have a PS5 to donate, we'll meet up. I am not kidding. If you have one to donate, we'll meet up. Vasi, bad news, my friend. With all of the NHL 24 stuff going on recently and just pumping out the end of the 23 series, I have not watched an episode in a little while. In a little while, I mean in 2 weeks. But I will be watching one tonight because I have no work tomorrow. Work's off tomorrow. So I will be watching one. But I just got to pause here to get Vasi an exact episode that I'm at. We always love talking Trek. I'm sure, yeah, if anyone can relate, it's you. I am in Season 5, which I've been loving. We'll see what we can do with the age. I'm in Season 5, Episode 17 is my next one to watch. I just watched Season 5, Episode 16. So Season 5, Episode 17 is my next one to watch. Yes, DS9, let's go! No problem, Mark, no problem. You know, we'll meet up. If you seriously have a PS5 to donate to me, we will meet up. Yeah, so a guy like Joe Pavelski going first would make the most sense. So in NHL 23, we did an ascending age draft. We started young and we got old. I don't quite remember what the result was on that. But now what we're doing is the reverse. So owner mode off, salary cap will be off for the fantasy draft. CPU trades are also going to stay off. Morale will also be off. Fog of War off. Head coach, I'll do it myself. So everything's off here. It's just a one and done simulation. Is Bergeron still in the game? Really? Well, we're using the day one rosters, and that's why I what's the word I'm looking for? Like a challenge like this can be done without the rosters having been fixed. That's why I wanted to do something along these lines. I didn't see Bergeron though in the game. I saw not Krejci. I saw who retired that I still saw, like Donskoy. I saw Donskoy, but I don't think Bergeron's still in. So what did I want to do here? So period, 5 minute, whatever. Franchise mode length, maybe 5 years, make it go simulate a bit better. Superstar, salary cap off, trade difficulty hard, but no trades are on actually. All that is off. Auto scouting, auto staff management. Yes, we're not touching any of that stuff. Oh, maybe in Be a Pro usually is where you see it, actually. Yeah, Be a Pro. That's very possible. Sliders, injuries will be turned off, so it doesn't matter actually. But attribute effects will be at 8 on 10, where I usually like to keep it at. I forgot to turn injuries off. I want to do that. Okay, yes, Krejci's in it, yes. Injuries, it's at the top. I went too far. Injuries off. All right, it's going to be a one and done. And I didn't even turn fantasy draft on, did I? The most important part, I didn't even do that. Yeah, exactly. Fantasy draft turned on. Come on now. All right, so here we go. Start career. We're going to randomize our... yeah, thank you, Bally. We're going to randomize our spot. Well, unless it, if we're like top 10, I'll keep it. But I just want to randomize... Yeah, we're 24th. Okay, so let's randomize. Maybe we get better, maybe we get worse, but let's just randomize it. I'm going to say let's do it 4 times for NHL 24. Let's do that. So randomize 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunate. Still 26th. Thankfully, we're starting off old. So that is a plus. We don't need to take the McDavids of the world. So that'll be it. So we'll pick 26. So it's tough that we pick so late, but we pick again early with this being a snake draft format. So pick number 26 is ours. The Penguins have pick number 1. Let's start this draft. I was gonna say 24, but I said 4 is enough. 4 is enough. I'm gonna have ages ready on my computer to the side here. And let me know, honestly, do you think this microphone is any better? I'm not sure. I honestly, it's not like I'm saying I'm not sold on it. It's just saying I haven't been able to listen to myself speak for an extended period on it. So I hope that it's better. I think if I get close to it, and if I whisper like this, and if I'm speaking at this level right in front of it, I think that this is picked up very well with the pop filter. But I think when I'm speaking normally like this, it's pretty much still the same as before, maybe a bit better. But we'll see. I gotta do some research. Not research, just gotta listen back to myself. Perfect. I'm glad to hear that. So actually, the Penguins take Cale Makar first overall. What? Medium franchise, 95 overall. Selected over Connor McDavid, 97 overall. High franchise. So, okay. Penguins go Makar. Coyotes get McDavid. Draisaitl goes to the Ducks. McKinnon to the Canadiens. Pastrnak to the Oilers. Wow. All right, so who else went? Kucherov. But that's too bad. Kucherov would have been a good... he's not that old, though. Kucherov isn't, he probably wouldn't have been old enough to take right away. Hedman, some of these older guys. No one's super old. Panarin's like 30, right? So we're probably looking at older like that, right? That's because he's younger. I guess that's why. So, okay, so the first one, obviously, that jumps out to me right away is Sidney Crosby. But could it be better to go after Ovechkin for, number 1, sim ability, his level of simulation? Ovechkin's a monster in the simulation, plus he's older. Or even Evgeny Malkin, who's also a first-line centerman and is a bit older as well. Perfect. Hobbsy, thank you. The ascending age draft went 47, 27, and 8, and we lost in the second round. Perfect. What do you think about the Leafs-Habs game last night? Yeah, it was sloppy all around. It was fun hockey, but it was so sloppy. The Leafs really, the Canadians have nothing to lose. The Leafs have a reputation to uphold. So I think it was definitely more concerning for the Leafs than the Canadians, but... it was fun, sloppy type hockey. So Ovechkin sims probably better than Crosby, marginally. I think Crosby still simulates extremely well. Crosby is the higher overall, but is 1 year younger. But would we really be taking someone who's 36 with our next pick? Like, our next pick could be a jump down to 33 or 34. It might not necessarily be anyone else who's 36. I don't think anyone else that great is 36 here. It doesn't look like anyone else really here. Yeah. So I think Ovechkin maybe just for the rate of simulation, but Crosby would fill in the first-line center spot, which would be big. Got the Mark Giordano for... yeah, there you go. Giordano. I put him in the thumbnail. Yeah, Newhook, Slavkovsky, Doc was definitely the best line on the Canadians last night, in my opinion. So what do we think here? OV sims OP even with 80 and 81 line mates? That's the thing, eh? Maybe that's helpful since the line mates may not be great. I don't know how the line mates are going to be. I haven't tested this out at all. So Crosby has a 93 overall. Does have very similar things like the 5-star shooting and all that, which is great. But Ovechkin has the simulation. There may be a chance Crosby sticks around. That's true. That's true. I doubt it. But it's just because of his high overall. But it's possible. Okay, let's go Ovechkin. Our first overall selection will be Alexander Ovechkin. Welcome to Vegas. He's our first pick. Hey, I got a trophy as well. Welcome to the organization. I don't think you can see it. I got a trophy there. Okay, great. So who went after Ovechkin? I wonder if Crosby would still be there. Or are we jumping down now from 37? Actually, let me open it up here. Ovechkin birthday. So we need anyone born after September 17th, 1985. Ovi and Kane, yeah, simulation monsters. Samsonov didn't look great, Dustin. No, he did not. So we need someone born after September 17th, 1985. So Tage goes, Shesterkin goes, Sorokin, Power, Eichel, Carlson. Do we get lucky enough here? He sure... no! Crosby just goes! Keller, Kachuk. Ah, so close. So close. Slim, welcome. That's too bad. All right, so here we go now. Evgeny Malkin. Could we take Evgeny Malkin? When was Malkin born? I think he was born before Ovechkin. July 31st, 1986. Actually, no. So we could go Malkin here. Yes, we could go Malkin. Do we want to go Evgeny Malkin, 90 overall, first-line center? Or do we go for someone in the 33, 34 range? We go for like Patrick Kane, who's 34, or maybe Stamkos, who's 33. We could go for 34 and jump down to Patrick Kane, or we take the first line center in Malkin right now. If we go goalies here, no, we could wait on goalies. We'll want to take a goalie around the 30, probably late 20, early 30 range. That's probably what we want to do here. Right, but different years. July 86 versus September 85. Ovechkin was born September 85. Malkin was born July 86. So it was July of the next year. So I think Malkin has to be the choice here then. The age barely moves, so we can still take someone who's in the right age range for the next pick. And we get, we don't want to jump too much lower too quickly. So getting Malkin's going to be our second selection here. Welcome to Vegas. Ovi and Gino on that first line. That's going to be a great first line for us. Now we want to fill out the first line or look at a defenseman. I don't think goalie yet, though. Let's see who goes after Malkin. Sveshnikov, Morrissey, Nate Chess. Yeah, a lot of younger guys, which is good. We want to see the younger guys go. They're going to go eventually. They're not going to drop to us. We got to get them out of the way eventually. Hellebuck goes, only one major goalie. Jumbo Joe, unfortunately, the overall would be, and we've already passed his age, but the overall wouldn't be quite worth it. Ekblad, Hedman could be a guy for us. Yeah, absolutely. Caulfield, Bushnevich. Did I see Hedman go? There, Patrick Kane just went. Too bad. Not just went, but even John Carlos, even Stamkos, no! Oh, so close. There's a couple good ones there we could have gotten. All right, so now our selection has to be someone who was born after July 31st, 1986. So we could go Anze Kopitar for second line center. Joe Pavelski is not a possibility. We could go Chris Letang. So Letang or Doughty would work. Doughty would be probably a bit too much of a jump, though. To jump down to 33 might be a bit too much. Yeah, I think Letang or Kopitar stand out as 36-year-olds. So Letang would be good to get someone on defense. I think we definitely need like a pillar back there. Because now, yeah, then a lot of the other guys are in 20s. 33s for Spurgeon and Ekholm. Goalies, we can probably wait a bit more on goalies into the 30, into the younger 30 range. We don't want to jump down from 36 to 33 or anything like that just yet. So if we were to take Chris Letang, we're going all Penguins here. Letang is born April 24th, 1987. So I think we go defense here. Even though Kopitar is very tempting, I think we got to go defense. Now, if we sort by age, we're going to get all kinds of crazy overalls. And it's going to take forever to search through all these 60 overalls and low 80 overalls. If you want to do it like that, that's one way to do it. But it doesn't really show the best at the top. You'll see a lot of 70s, 68s, whatever, all mixed in. So I think we're going to go for Letang just because we need a defenseman in here. Because we just look at the defensemen who are available, a lot of them are going to be in the mid-20 range. We're not going to be getting them. If we get Letang, hopefully we can still get Doughty or still get Spurgeon or still get... Nah, Burns is too old. Still get Ekholm, someone like that. So we really can't jump too much there, or else we're going to be stuck with all a bunch of 18-year-old 70 overalls at the end. So Chris Letang, welcome to the team. Another Penguin on board. Ovi, Gino, and Letang. April 24th, 1987 is the new date. That's the date that we have to draft someone beyond. Okay, so if we scroll down to Chris Letang, oh, it went too far. After Letang, we see Terry, Thomas, Horvat, Saros, DeBrincat, and Ullmark. Then Fiala, Doughty goes, Sanderson, Dunn, Drysdale, Pollock. Okay. So our next selection has to be someone who's 36 or younger. Kopitar is still out there. What is his birthday, though? April 1987, August 1987. So we could go for Kopitar. Yeah, this is going to be a good mid-2010s team for a little while here. So we could go for Anze Kopitar. Mark Stone's probably a little too old. Dabrowskiego, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. He's probably too young, sorry, I meant to say. Mark Stone's probably still too young, if he's even still out here. Yeah, he's definitely gone. So, unfortunately, not an option for us. Zuccarello, I think he's too low of an overall to take right now, if he's even out here. No, Zuccarello might already be gone, if he was taken. Beautiful. Great timing, Dabrowskiego. Yeah, I think it's probably going to have to be Kopitar then. Even though goaltending, again, let's just look at it again. Yeah, the streak continues. Oh, he's a left wing in this game? I was saying, how come he's already gone? But Let's see. Ah, there he is. Zuccarello 36. Okay, so it's not the worst option, actually. Not the worst option, but I think Kopitar is the guy here. Actually, what's Zuccarello's birthday? Zuccarello is would fit. Technically, we could take Kopitar and then Zuccarello later because Zuccarello was born a week after Kopitar. So yeah, I think we want to stay in the 36 range, and we're going to go for Kopitar here and hope that we can get Zuccarello later as well. So there's our second line center right now. Kopitar, welcome aboard. Anze Kopitar, welcome to Vegas. There we go. So Anze Kopitar, we have to get someone born August 25th, 1987 or later. Now we have a big jump to our next selection. After Kopitar, who do we see go? Timo, Huberdeau, Verhaeghe, anyone who would have been in our range. All these guys were way too young. We weren't going to be even taking them anyways. Not something to worry about. Freddie Anderson is 33, so we can't take him as our goalie. Okay, round 5. All these younger guys. Tavares could have been someone maybe. Luke Hughes is in the game. That's good. Brodin goes. We're getting close to this next pick. Foley, Doc, Jerry, Nelson. Okay. So yeah, no, later, because we're getting younger with every draft. So this player has to be born August 25th or later. If he's born earlier, he would be older. It is a descending age draft. So Zuccarello could be the guy, absolutely. One, because he's a second-line winger for us, or even first-line right wing. Or number 2, just because he only advances our age by 1 week, which would be very helpful. So if we go by, so we want to see 36s. If we just look at the defense who are out here, we could go for a Spurgeon or an Ekholm, but that would be too much of a jump right now, I think. I think we have to wait on that. But we don't want to wait too long. We got to make a little jump eventually, probably. Like a Jeff Petrie at 35 is not a bad idea. We have to make a little jump eventually, or else we're going to get stuck with some tough players at the end. Same for the goalies. Bobrovsky at 34, maybe that's our next pick. I would think maybe we go like Zuccarello now, and then Bobrovsky next. And we jump to 34 after. So I think Zuccarello fits right now. He seems to be the fan favorite in the chat here. So Zuccarello helps with the age. There he is at 36. So Zuccarello advances our age only by 1 week, thankfully. And that brings us to September 1st, 1987. So Zuccarello, welcome aboard. Let's get him on the left wing. Alrighty, Zuccarello. Our next pick comes soon. I think we go goalie here just to get it out of the way. Let's see who goes after Zuccarello. After Zuccarello, we see McTavish, Dubois, Marchessault. Okay. Gerard Gibson, Pavelski. Okay. So, let's see. Now with our next selection, we want to get someone still in that 36 or younger range. So Ekholm and Spurgeon are very tempting. But I think going down to 34 and getting the goalie is the move here. Because if we don't get Bobrovsky now, we either need to make a big jump later, or even a risk on a guy more like Kemper. Brad Buddy, I would take you in a heartbeat. Thank you for volunteering. We could risk it and try to get Markstrom later. I think Bobrovsky's the guy, though. Kemper, I don't believe in Kemper. Bobrovsky has the high elite potential. If he plays better, his overall will get better. That will allow him in the simulation to potentially grow. I think Bobrovsky's the guy here. Even though it jumps us in age a little bit. Bobrovsky. Brings us to September 20th, 1988. So we're jumping a year. We're jumping 1 year. Okay. Let's do it. Bobrovsky, welcome aboard. No, it's not... Don't think about the high elite. Just think that he's elite. If Bobrovsky has elite... Yeah, right. Are they really making him starter? No, but the elite usually sticks. It's not that he'll actually be high elite. He'll be exact elite. I know, Kemper, he's a bit too fraudulent for me. Hayes, Askarov, Carlson, Gourde. Shen goes. Trouba, guys who we maybe would have been in our range. Kreider maybe would have been in our range. Markstrom goes. So you see, it's better that we waited. We didn't wait because Markstrom went, and then we would have been stuck with Kemper or something else there. Yeah. Right, it would be exact. So don't get caught up on the high or anything like that. Yeah, it depends on the overall when loading in, that's true. But regardless, I think Bobrovsky's the better option. Plus, I am not a fan of Darcy Kemper too much. He's burned me too many times in fantasy hockey. So now, the date that we have set is, we're looking at players who are in that 34 range. September 20th, 1988 is Bobrovsky's birthday. So we need someone born September 21st, 1988 or later. So we have the goalie, we have one defenseman, we have 4 forwards. I think we go defense here. Patches would be good. I like Patches, I like Couture, I like Ben even, but I think we go defense here, unless it's too big of a jump. Burns, Parayko. No, we can't take Burns, Parayko. Falk would be a bit of a jump down. Torrey Krug at 32. Right. We gotta be careful. Krug at 32 or Orlov at 32. No one's 34, eh? Muzzin? No. So it would be Krug. If we take defense here, I think this is the move here. Krug can be top pair with... No salary cap on. Don't worry about that. Krug being a left defenseman with Letang on the top pair. I think Krug's the guy here, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it hurts to jump right now down to 32, we need someone who can play top pair defenseman. Top pair defense with Letang. So, Torrey. That would bring our age to April 12th, 1991. Not a big fan of that jump, but it's something we have to kind of just accept here. So, Torrey Krug, you'll play top left pair D. Okay. Now we want to start look at filling out the rest of the lineup a bit more. Yeah, we can't wait too long. Kaliev, Kako, Burns, we're going to take him. Good. Orlov would be good too, but I think Krug sims a bit better than Orlov. Dano, Sagan, okay. Make pick. No worries, Vasi. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you, my friend. Okay, so now we're looking at 32 or younger in-game. 32 or younger in-game. This year, probably Kako. I think Kako will have more ice time to Zadina, more opportunities than Zadina. I'd probably say Kako. So now we're at the age of 32. Our first pick was Ovechkin. Can we look at... Yeah, drafted. So far, if you're just joining us, sorting by age here, we started with Ovechkin, then we went to Malkin, then we went to then to Letang, then to Kopitar, then to Zuccarello, then to Bobrovsky, and now to Torrey Krug, most recently. So here we go. Yeah, every time I try to tank the team, they win. Story of our lives, Mamwaldi. Story of our lives. Maple, Custom League 7 Canadian Team League. That would be fun. I'm thinking about wacky things like that for our live stream series once we get started. I'm thinking about wacky things like that. Thanks for dropping the suggestion, Maple. So, that being said, now we're looking at players who are 32 or younger in-game and have a birthday after Torrey Krug's. So, if we're just looking quickly at the 32-year-olds, it's a bit of a scroll, but just if we want to quickly look at 32-year-olds. 32, come on, we can do it. There we go. So, we'll be looking at guys like Tatar, McNabb, Savard, the highest overall, probably. Orlov's still out here at 32. We could go for another defenseman right now. We could go for Orlov and get another defenseman. Tyson Barrie even is out here. He has good simulation. Tyson Barrie, offensive defenseman though. 3.5 star defense, excuse me. We'll want to have a bit stronger defense. So maybe we go Orlov. Maybe Orlov's the move here. Barry's great too. Duchesne wouldn't be a bad option either. Duchesne and Orlov might be our next two picks, perhaps. Yeah, he has to be younger, though. He has to be younger, or else it won't work. Even Riley Smith is 32. I guess we probably go defense, eh? Let's see Orlov's birthday, though. Is it after April 12th, 1991? Dmitry Orlov. April 12th, 1991. July 23rd, 1991. Yeah, so we can take Dmitry Orlov. I think we go Orlov here. 85 overall defenseman. Not many of those still around. Yeah, Duchesne is really good, but thankfully we already have Kopitar, so we can say second line center is set. I think we can afford to pass and go for Orlov. So Dmitry Orlov, that now... Come on, Slim. Don't give me that. Come on. We have two two-way Ds and one offensive defenseman. Don't give me that. Dmitry Orlov, welcome to the team. Our new date is July 20th, 1991. Okay. Orlov's the guy. Pacioretty just went there. Petrie, we're thinking about them earlier on. Corpusalo. Anyone else we were thinking about? Maybe Dumba would have been in our range. Logan Couture was too old. Parayko's 30 or 31. I thought Letang was a two-way D in the game. Regardless, don't lose too much sleep over it, buddy. It'll be okay. Mr. 4-goal Brock Besser. There he is. Cam Fowler. There goes Duchesne. All right, let's make our next pick. So our next pick is going to be somewhere in the 31-32 range, hopefully. There you go. There you go. So let me be proud of that. We're loving the hip checks. All right, so we're looking in the 31-32 range. I think we stay off defense. We go forward here. We have 4 forwards, preferably a right wing, but any forward just to fit in there. So let's try and look in the 31-32 range for forwards. Let's try and look here. So we could go Trocheck to jump down to 30. Yafalo would be probably a bit too much of a jump. Even Trocheck's a bit heavy of a jump. Nino Niederreiter at 31. Nino Niederreiter at 31. Even Riley Smith. Ooh, hold on. What's Riley Smith's birthday here? Riley Smith. Is it after July 23rd, 1991? No, it's not. It's April 1991. So we cannot get Riley Smith. He's too old. We could go for Nino. We could go for Brian Rust even. 84 overall at 31. Anyone else? 31, 32. We could go for Johansson or Granlund. We could go for Charlie Coyle. I think it's between Rust and Nino. Yeah, Rust doesn't always sim great, though. So Nino at 31. Hold on. Is it a late 31 birthday? Hold on. Nino Niederreiter age. It is September 1992. It's a bit of a late 92 birthday. But he does have the 4-star shooting. He does have the 87 offensive awareness. It's not bad. I like Nino. What's Rust's birthday? Hold on. Brian Rust. His birthday is May 92. So it would be like 6 months or 5 months better, whatever, to take Rust. Rust, yeah, so he's born in May of 1992. So that saves us June, July, August. That saves us 4 months by going Rust instead of Nino. So let's look at Rust's attributes again. I haven't seen everyone's attributes just yet in this game. 2-way forward, 4-star shooting, 3.5-star defense with 87 offensive awareness versus the same thing for Nino there. 3.5-star defense, 4-star shooting. Yeah, pretty similar players. Wasn't great in our Penguins franchise. Let's go Nino just to change it up. Because we have Letang, we have Malkin, we've had Rust in our last franchise. Let's change it up here. I've never been someone to really have Nino Niederreiter. Nino, welcome aboard, buddy. Nino Niederreiter, welcome to Vegas. That brings our date now to September 8th, 1992. 1992. All right, so Lusterine and Roslovic, a bunch of guys going there. We could go Coyle for third-line center. Depends if it's too much of a jump in age just yet. Hold on. White Cloud, Rasmussen, Perron, David Perron. Yeah, all right, we're still good to make our next pick. All right, so as of now, we have 5 forwards, 3D, and 1 goalie. So we still need a lot more positions to fill, obviously. So we still need another player in our top 6 as well. We have 2 centers, 2 left wings. We need another winger within our top 6. I would have liked to get Riley Smith, but that won't work out, unfortunately. I'd prefer to go forward here. Yeah, Timmy, don't worry about it. Slim is unfortunately not going to change, but I appreciate you trying to add some logic to the conversation. So we could go... No, Anders Lee is too old. We could still go Rust, actually. Actually, no, now we can't. We could have gone Rust, then Nino, maybe. But that would have been a bit too big of a risk for us. So now we got to think... Do we go Trocheck? That's a center, though. I'd prefer to go wing. Do we go... no. Maybe Thomas Tatar is in the right age range? Thomas Tatar, born December 1990. What? Oh, I'm looking at... No, we're in the 31s now. 32 is way too old. What am I saying? Yeah, Arvidsson, probably the guy. I was thinking 31, 32. I forgot that we're down in the 30, 31 now. So yeah, I think Arvidsson might be the guy here. Victor Arvidsson. Born April 8th, 1993. Nyquist is too old, unfortunately. Nyquist, right? Let me double check. Nyquist would be 30. Yeah, of course, he's 34. So I think Arvidsson is the guy. Although it brings us down to the 30-year-old range, I think it's probably the best forward available, plus the simulation might not be bad. So I say let's do that. Arvidsson, there's no one, only 285s left anyways. So Victor Arvidsson, welcome to Vegas. We'll get him on board. Let's do that. So that brings us to April 8th, 1993. Okay, so our next selection has to be born on April 9th, 1993 or later. McKay, Bennington, Hanola, Monahan. I bet Russ went somewhere in here. Dumoulin went, Barry goes. Yeah. All right, so let's make our next selection now. So we have the top 6 filled out. We need to fill out the top 4 defense probably now. So let's look for a 30-year-old or younger defenseman perhaps. We could look at, most of these guys are getting older, eh? Yikes. All these guys are too old. 34, 33. So we got to look at maybe Matt Grzelcyk. Matt Grzelcyk, Jasper, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping the love. Do we go for Matt Grzelcyk here? Or we could go for Dylan DeMello. Could go for DeMello. DeMello 4-star defense versus Grzelcyk and his 4-star defense as well. Grzelcyk might be the better option, but DeMello is a bit older. Soucy's also out there. Soucy 4-star defense. All pretty similar it looks like. Soucy, lower overall though. DeMello and Soucy are a lower overall. Connor Murphy out there. I don't know, I think Grzelcyk's probably the guy here. I don't really care that he's called an offensive defenseman. I'm already getting ready for what Slim's going to say. I don't care that he's called an offensive defenseman. If he has the 4-star defense, he has the 4-star defense. That's what I like to see. 4-star skating. Well, bad defense. 87, 87, 87 for his attributes on defense. 88, 87, 87 for DeMello. 87, 88, 89 for Soucy. So 1 or 2 attribute more, but his puck skills are way lower, his senses are way lower, and his physical is higher. So that's why I think I still lean Grzelcyk here. We need defensive defensemen, of course we do. Pick the oldest available. That might not be the bad option either, to keep our options open. DeMello as an 88 defensive awareness. But he's 2.5-star senses, 3-star puck skills. Right defense. What do we need here? Do we need left or right defense? Orlov is left and right. So Krug and Letang left and right. Orlov can play left or right. I don't want to belabor this too much. 90 discipline, 86 offensive awareness. It does lower us down a year, though. Yeah. All right, I'm going to say let's go in the name of age. Let's go with a purely age-based decision. And it'll either be Connor Murphy or Dylan DeMello here. Murphy, 88, 87, 88. Better skating than DeMello, I think. 3.5 and 4-star physical. No, 3.5 and 3.5 physical. So maybe Connor Murphy's the guy then at 30. Any other 30-year-olds? There's also Joel Edmondson, but I don't think we're going to go Joel Edmondson. Okay, I say let's go for Connor Murphy then. Connor Murphy, 30 years old, let's go. All right, that decision's made. Connor Murphy. That brings our age to March 26th, 1993. Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, we couldn't have done that. No. So here's what I'm going to do. I knew that a mistake might come up. Murphy was too old there. So I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do. We will take DeMello. We're going to go into the game once this simulation starts, and we're going to trade, what's his name we just took? Who did we just take? Connor Murphy. We're going to trade him and whatever, a first-round pick in 5 years in exchange for DeMello. So right now, we'll say it's as if we took DeMello. Don't worry about it. So DeMello's birthday is May 1st, 1993, 1 month after Arvidsson. So there we go. That is our new date now. The next player must be born on May 2nd, 1993 or later, as DeMello is now setting our bar. Okay? So that gives us, we have 2 centers, 2 left wings, 2 right wings, the top 4, and we could also look at a backup goalie, but I think that could be something we really wait like into one of our last selections for. We'll take some young, like 77 overall or something, because I don't know if I want to use a pick. Yeah, slight hiccup. I knew I anticipated it and had an idea ready to go. We could go for someone who's like 29 right now, like a Chris Drieger. Or, well, injuries are turned off, so it's not a big deal if we don't get the greatest backup in the world. So we could go for a Chris Drieger kind of guy right now, or we start filling out our third line. So if you do want to fill out our third line, we would see a guy like maybe Evan Rodriguez, maybe Mikheyev, maybe Kubalik, maybe Scott Laughton. Scott Laughton wouldn't be a bad idea here. Scott Laughton at 29 for third line center. There's also Boone Jenner maybe, JG Pajot if their birthdays fit. Wouldn't be a bad idea. You see Ryan Strome. Andrew Kopp. Yeah, there's a lot of good options for us here. Hart is too young. I don't want to jump down to 28. 28 would be too big of a jump for me. I want to go in the 30 or 29-30 range right here. So it has to be, for me, it's going to be Laughton or Kopp probably. Evan Rodriguez, he's probably too old anyways. Or he might be actually. Let's see. Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez born July 28th. No, so Rodriguez would fit. Evan Rodriguez would fit. 83 overall. He's a centerman, but 75 face-offs. Playmaking third-line centerman. Or we go for Scott Laughton, who has 87 face-offs and is a two-way forward. Yeah, that probably helps out our defense a lot more. Yeah, so we'll probably go for Laughton, Kopp, Jenner, Pajot, one of those guys. So Boone Jenner, let's see what his age is. Does he fit? Is his birthday after May 1st, 1993? Yes, it is, by a month and a couple of weeks, by 6 weeks. So Boone Jenner could be our third-line center. 83 face-offs, two-way forward. Not as good as Laughton, but he has the face-off X factor as well, which is good. And you know what? I'm just going to make that decision then. Let's do it. I'm not going to look at all ages and then belabor the fact. Boone Jenner, welcome aboard. Third-line center, born June 15th, 1993. There is our third-line center. So let's look at filling out the third-line wings now. We want to look for someone born after June 15th, 1993. I don't think Coyle was there anymore at that point. Let's go into forwards again. We want to look still in that 29-30 range. Andrew Kopp is still here, but we already have a third-line center, so I don't think we need to go center there. We could... Strome as well. He was, but how old is Coyle? Oh, no, he's 31, doggy. He's too old. We were already at 30. We were already at 30, so we couldn't have gone to Coyle. DeMello was 30. So let's keep going here. We want to look at 29, 30-year-old wingers. We could go Mantha. We could jump down to 28. That's a bit of a jump. Let me go back to the top here. If we're looking at 28, 29, 30, so Kopp is there, but he's a centerman. Are there wingers who fit that range? Strome, again, he's a centerman. Beauvillier is too big of a jump. So Mantha could be the guy at 28. Goodrow, I don't think so. I don't know if that's the guy, that kind of guy. Or Vetrano. Frank Vetrano at 29 wouldn't be bad. He is a two-way forward, 3.5-star shooting, 86 offensive awareness, well-rounded two-way forward. Versus Mantha, who is he still listed as a power forward? No, he's a sniper now in the game. So Mantha, 3-star defense though. Ooh. Do I play Hut? I do not. I have not played it since like NHL 16. It got me, long story short, got me way too angry. I never played it again. So yeah, Marchment's there too, but let's go 29. Boone is center left wing. Yeah, it's true. Even though he has 83 faceoffs, he does have center left wing. So do we want to go Kopp, or do we go for Vetrano? Andrew Kopp with the 84 face-offs. Saad? I didn't see Saad. Where was he? Saad. He could fit. Saad could fit potentially. Two-way forward, but with 3-star defense. Why is he a two-way forward with 3-star defense? I think we go Kopp. I think that's the guy who I'm leaning towards. Even though Vetrano is tempting, I think we'll go Kopp. Yeah, I'm going to say let's do that. Good for the penalty kill. So Andrew Kopp brings our age now to July 8th, 1994. We need to draft someone after that now. So here we go on to the last few picks. Well, we're definitely in the second half here. We need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 4 more forwards and 2 more defensemen and 1 more goalie. So now we're looking for someone in the 28-29 range. 28-29. Let's look at all players. Let's scroll to that 28-29 range. It's a bit of a scroll, but let's just look if anyone pops out before we start looking by position. Let's look by age. It's a bit of a scroll. Andrew Kopp, July 8th, 1994. Not sure about Moose. We're looking in the 28-29 range once we get there. All the players that we're scrolling past right now are too old. So 29 is the earliest. No one who's 30 could be drafted by us now. We need someone who's at least 29. All right, so at least 29. We see Cody Ceci on defense for third pair, potentially. Cody Ceci, Brock McGinn, Athanasiou, Faxa. I think Ceci is probably the best one out there. Ceci Kerfoot, Sunquist, Charles Zudon is there. Hey, salut Charles. We got Lebushkin, Mata Bluger, Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson for the right wing might not be bad for that third line. And maybe Cody Ceci still around the next pick. Josh Anderson, power forward with good shooting. The 4.5-star physical would be helpful as well. Actually, Vetrano is still here, though. Ooh, Vetrano is still here. When's his birthday, though? Frank Vetrano. Vetrano no, he fits. No, actually, no, he's too old. He's born in March. Kopp was born in July. So Vetrano does not work. Does Josh Anderson work? I'm doing a lot of typing here. Josh Anderson. I can't, hold on. A lot of Josh Anderson. May 7th, 1994. No, too old as well. So we can't do Anderson or Vetrano. Unfortunate. Could we go for Cody Ceci? Cody Ceci. Is he born after July 8th? Yes. No, he's not. December 93. Oh, man, this is getting tough now. We can't get any of those guys. Oscar Sundqvist. March 1994. Nope, too old. Sundqvist is too old. Can't do it. So we maybe Citizens is too low of an overall. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna get tough out here. Kulak maybe at 80 overall. Zemgus. Now we're in the 28s. So we could go into the 28s and look for a guy like Sean Walker, or if we want to stay in the 29s. Who else did we see that was interesting? Mata and Lebushkin, who are about 29. Maybe Mata. Big Dub versus the Kings. Sunquist, yeah. So maybe Mata. Let's see. Zemgus is out there too. We saw him. Oli Mata. August 94. So yeah, Oli Mata would fit. Oli Mata would fit, and that would help us with the age. So you know what? I'm going to say let's just make the decision right now. Let's go for Oli Mata. If we go for another defenseman who's 28, that continues to bring the age down. So Teddy Bluger could be for our fourth line, but I think we want to fill out that third pair D. So Oli Mata, let's get in here. Our date is now August 22nd, 1994. We're still a relatively older team at 29 as we get to our last picks. So maybe we can take some liberties on the jumps in the near future. We have our 2 close picks now. Yeah, maybe Walker's there next round. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So if we go to defense, and if we want to look at, yeah, there's your defensive defenseman. We want to look for the 28-29 range max. 28-29. So Ristolainen is here. Big Risto. We can go Risto. Walker is still here as well. Walker, let's see, defensive attributes, 87, 85, 87. And Risto, 84, 88, 87. Yeah, and he throws a lot of hits as well, which is good. Middleton, 27, though. I don't know about 27. 87, 89, 80. I love the attributes, but I don't know. At 27. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still need another third line forward. So I think my number one contender right now is probably Risto. But if we look just at the forwards who are 28 or 29, we could go Marchment for the third line. Marchment could be a third line power forward. That's a possibility, but 65 discipline is not ideal. I don't like any player with low discipline on my team just because of the penalties that would be taken. We said Anderson was too old. Vetrano too old. We could go maybe Mantha. Hold on. We were looking at him before. Anthony Mantha. September 94. Yes, by a few weeks. I think Mantha's the move here, ladies and gentlemen. To fill out the third line forwards, an 82 overall. I think that's the move right there. Yeah, Anthony Mantha, welcome aboard. I know you love Marchment. I know you do. But I think Mantha's the move there. Marchment. Okay, so that brings us to this next selection. Now we have to fill out the fourth line, one more defenseman, and a goalie. Fourth line, a defenseman, and a goalie. So I think that one more like young defenseman somewhere. We can find that later on. Goalies, if you want someone who's 28 or younger, maybe whoever's here is still going to be here. Yeah, I think at this, like, we could take Nedeljkovic, and I think we can wait on him, or even Eric Comrie, or even worst case scenario, like a guy like Tarasov. So I think we can wait on the goalie. I don't think that's a rush here. Owen, welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for joining us tonight. We need 3 forwards and 1 defenseman. So I say we go forward on this next pick. And we got to go in the 28-29 range. 28-29. Pick goalies for height. That's not a bad idea in the simulation sometimes. Yeah, Nedeljkovic, it's crowded crease, tough opportunities. I think he'll do well in Pittsburgh when a place where Jerry is not doing fantastic. I think he'll do okay in Pittsburgh. So Marchment is still out there. I don't want to say he's my first choice yet. There is Warren Fogle at 27 years of age. Same for Pierre Engvall, his big 7-year extension. So Pierre Engvall's an option. Most of these guys at 29 are too old. Actually, they're all too old because now we're looking at in-game 28-year-olds. Jason Dickinson could be fourth-line center, perhaps. Or Danton Heinen even. But I like Dickinson here. Dickinson might be my guy for fourth-line center. 75 face-offs, though. I want someone who can count on if we go in the simulation. If we're looking at fourth-line center, after Dickinson, is anybody there? Danton Heinen, we said. 70 face-offs, even worse. Yeah, I'm looking at 28. So I look at 28-year-old. Sam Lafferty, he's a centerman? Really? 78 face-offs. Or we go for Suter, Amadio, what do you want to say? Pitlick, Appleton. These guys will be here later. We go for a winger then now. Winger. Probably Warren Fogle then. Actually, let me just check the ages here. Let's check the ages, just to put it out of my mind. Mason Marchment. Mason Marchment age. We need to beat September 94. So Marchment would fit in June of 95. We could go Marchment for the fourth line. Or we go for Warren Fogle. Hold on a second. So we could go for Warren Fogle, who's even... but he's born a year after even. April of 96 versus Marchment in June of 95. What am I saying, though? Mantha was born in September 94? Okay, so yeah, it does fit. It does. All right, let's do it for Sean Avery out there. Let's do it for Mr. Avery. Mason Marchment. Our new date is now June 16th, 1995. That's a nice 82 overall in the fourth line. It's just I don't like the discipline. But 82 on the fourth line is always accepted. Okay, next selection now. We have 2 more forwards, 1 more D, and a goalie to fill out. Yeah, if that's our fourth line left wing, we need a fourth line center and fourth line right wing. And we're looking at 28, the 28-year-old range. Mathieu Joseph is here at 26. There could be Sammy Blais or Logan O'Connor. That's not bad at 27. I think we go for Sammy Blais or Logan O'Connor at 27 probably. There you go. Marchment and Jenner. That makes you happy. Yeah, I think that's the move. Now here's the question. Who is it going to be? Sammy Blais or Logan O'Connor? Oh, Middleton at 27. That's true, eh? Middleton at 27. Doggy and Sean remembered him for the third pair defense. Let's go. 26, Borgen is there. Unless Milton's gone. Yeah, Milton's probably gone by now, eh? Unless I'm missing him, but no, I don't see Middleton anymore. Milton was probably taken then. Yeah, that's the problem with younger guys. They'll be taken due to their age. Yeah, I don't see him here. Sorry. So if we want to look at someone who's in the 27 range, is anyone still out here? So let me go back to the top for a second. Back to the top. He was an 80. Gotcha. O'Connor without seeing the stats. Okay, we'll look at that. So Will Borgen is 26. I don't think I'm going to take him with medium 7th D potential, though. We can wait on Will Borgen, I think. The other Sebastian Aho. Chatfield. Yeah. Let's go for... Let's see this. O'Connor or... Come on. Or Sammy. So Logan O'Connor, 80 overall, 27. Two-way forward, 3-star defense, 84, 77, 85. Sammy, 83, 80, 86. Yeah, I think Sammy's the guy. Better physical as well. Sammy, bienvenue mon ami. Let's go. Quatrième trio. Sammy Blay. He brings our age to June 17th, 1996. June 17th, 1996. So, we need one more forward. We need a left wing. We need a fourth line left wing, a sixth pair D, a third pair D, excuse me, and a backup goalie. So I think we go defense here. We saw Will Borgen, right? We want someone in the 27 range for the left wing. 26, 20. We could go Greenway. Okay, so maybe we go Borgen and then Greenway here at 26. If Borgen is young enough. Actually, Borgen's also 26. So let's see which one we do first. Will Borgen, born December 96. And Greenway, born February 97. So let's try Borgen and then Greenway. Let's see if that works. So there's the third pair defense. That brings us to December 19th, 1996. And now we're going to try for Greenway, who's February 16th, 1997. Let's see if Greenway is still there as a left winger. Greenway. Maybe not. Did I miss? Hold on. Let me go back. One at a time. Hoffman, Parise, Foligno, Janmark. I'm looking at different things. Greenway's probably gone. Too bad. We'll find somebody else then. Too bad. Where did Greenway go? Bluger just went as well. Patrick Kane-Suter went. Must have been somewhere in here. Did you see Jeannot? Jeannot could be someone there. Sean is eating up this team. Borgen. Let's see. After Borgen, Greenway. There goes O'Connor. Yeah, there's Greenway. All right, too bad. Now we're going to go to try to fill out the left wing and then the backup goalie. So left wing, we need someone who's in that like 26 range. Left wingers. You saw Jeannot. Where was Jeannot? Jeannot is 26. Beautiful. So that fits. Jeannot could work. And I think he's the obvious choice there. So Tanner, Jeannot. He brings us to May 29th, 1997. Tanner Jeannot. And then our last pick will be our backup goalie. And that'll be the final pick of the draft. And then that takes care of the majority of this stream. And then we'll get into the simulation and see how this team does after we have built it. Yeah, that was a tough trade for the Lightning. We need a goalie in the 25 or younger range. Backup goalie who's only going to get a few starts anyways. Not a big deal. Sandstrom. Does Felix Sandstrom fit? So Tarasov's not there anymore, it looks like. Felix Sandstrom. Is he born? No, he's too old. January 97. Too old. We need some after May of 97. Yeah, youngest guy possible. This is the absolute youngest. If we just sort by reverse age. Ratzlaff, 63 overall. Do we go for Ratzlaff? I want someone who's at least good enough, not to fill in for injury, but just to fill in for those 10 games a year. Let's just look at young. So like I got Prosvetov or Shiel One of those guys probably, or even Holm. Yeah, someone who's somewhat decent. Patera, Koronar, Zurenko. He's young. Zurenko 22 with 76 with medium starter. These guys also have medium starter, but they actually Prosvetov has medium starter as well, and he's bigger, right? Like 6'5", yeah. So Prosvetov, I think he'll be our backup goalie. 6'5", 24 years of age, 77 at 23. Skarek, good. I didn't see this guy. Skarek, I didn't see him. Did we go for the guy who's 1 overall higher? I thought it was no, Prosvetov, P-R-O-S, not P-R-O-V. Yeah. Oh, you're butcher. I thought you were saying I was butchering it. Oh, okay. No, I think Skarek is probably the guy here. 77, lower potential but higher overall. Skarek, welcome to the team. So our team goes from the youngest player at 23 to the oldest player being Ovechkin at, how old was he in the game? What, did they say that he was 37? There we go. So there's our last pick. The rest of the draft will be auto-drafted. You want to do one more? Who do you want to do? Oh, you just want to see who the highest potential guy is? Okay. This is taking a long time to simulate. Oh my goodness! Don't tell me something crazy now. Don't tell me it's. I don't even want to say it. Don't tell me something crazy now. Okay, thank goodness. Highest overall guy still available. You'll get the older guys with their potential. Yeah, the draft is over anyway. So Kessel, of course. There's lowly Brad Lambert. Yeah, Brad Lambert, probably the lowest guy there. Classic EA stuff right there. Lovely. And for the goalies, highest potential with age would be Olivier Rodrigue, who is medium starter. I feel they're medium starters as well. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the draft. All right. We're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, no! The good news is, if I put my team to select at the same spot, it'll be very fast to redo. Oh my goodness. I'm going to cut this out of the YouTube video. So if you're watching back live on YouTube, lucky you get to just skip this. There he is. Skarek. Mr. Garrick. All right. That's taken care of. What would you do right now if I did it again, eh? What if I exited it again? I'd call it, I'd end the stream. I'd say it's over. We'll end it there. Poutine and milk. Belle Province is on me if you have a PS5 for me, buddy. Come on, I just want to sim the draft. Come on, let me get there. Let me get there. Let me get there, please. Come on. Come on. We can do it. Perfect timing for me to snap. Come on. Thank you. All right. Sim entire draft. Thank you. And the live before it even started. No, thankfully we made it out. We made it out. We had pick number 666. Ooh. Yes, thank you. Jumbo Joe being traded to, I think it was Nashville for Cop. So after that, who did the game give us after? Grubauer? Whoa, he was still out there. Kovacevic, Geeky, Boldzuk. Wow, got some good prospects in there. But doesn't matter. There we go. So I wonder who I ended up getting. I didn't remember who got Makar and Crosby and McDavid and all those guys. The original teams we saw get them were no longer. But Ovi, Malkin, Letang, Kopitar, Zuccarello, Bobrovsky, all these old dogs. From Ovi all the way down to Skarek, from 37 down to 24. The descending age draft. All right, let's get this roster set up for us once we make this trade. But that was only in the first draft. It was Pittsburgh got Makar in the first draft, but things changed. Funny how some things still work the same, though. That was in the first draft, though. I don't think it was the same in the second draft. Let's go for Is he here? Is Cop here? And he's not. Where is this guy? Cop. Player search. Come on. Player search. Leave a like for my sanity. You know what? If you haven't already, leave a like for my sanity after having to redo that. Oh, Boston. Yes. Thank you. The colors. There you go. All right. So Andrew Kopp's going to come join us here in Vegas. And I'll trade you Connor Geeky. Why not? Straight up for it. Geeky for Kopp. There you go. We can keep Jumbo on the team now as a motivational speaker in the locker room. Alright, so let's set this roster up now. Roster moves. Jumbo sticks. Let's go. Jumbo staying on board. Alright, so Kovacevic, Thornton, and Grubauer. Sorry. Actually, Grubauer's already down. Perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, we have Kopitar. We have him. We have him 10, man. So they'll go down. I think that's it then, right? Everyone else here was drafted. Yes, good. We have 18 skaters, 2 goalies. Good. All right. Edit the lines. Let's best lines it. Let's see what the coach has to say for chemistry. I don't think we have many X factors, but actually, oh yeah, the top line will all have. So that could be a +5 right there. Turn him off. Head coach prefers lines. Let's do the same thing down in the AHL just to say that they get to play. All right, Jumbo Joe, first line center in the AHL. Okay then, so Ovi, Malkin, Zuccarello is our top line with the +5. Niederreiter, Kopitar, and Arvidsson. Kopitar has a horrible second line fit though. Oh boy. Like putting Jenner on the second line gives us a +2 as opposed to a 0. So maybe looking into a different coach is an option, but you know what? It isn't, because I turned that to auto. We just got to take whatever the simulation gives us. You got to just take what it gives us. We can put Kopitar on the second line, but we can't get a new coach. Kopp, Jenner. Yeah, so Kopp will go center. Jenner on the left, Mantha on the right. Blais, Jeannot, and Marchment on the 4th. Actually, do we not take a... Maybe Gino's a better fit, eh? Aw, man. Hobbsy, you're too smart. You're too smart. +5, +2. Let's try that. Did we not take a 4th line center? I totally blanked on that, I guess. Jeannot just... You got me there, Sean. Mr. Sean Avery convinced me to take Jeannot. We didn't even get a 4th line center. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But I don't know if I want Jenner or Kopp as 4th line center. They all have 65 face-offs, eh? Nothing special. Grinders. No, we can't. We can't. We drafted the team that we drafted. It'll be too much of an issue with who... We have to find someone exactly between Jeannot's age and the guy that we took last, his age. Defense, Krug and Letang, they have a terrible fit. Maybe Orlov. Yeah, there we go. So Orlov, Letang will be the top pair. Krug, DeMello on the 2nd. Mata, Borgen on the 3rd. And then goalie, Bobrovsky backed up by Skarek. Skarek was a 3rd-round pick in 2018. There we go. So I think we'll roll like that. We'll see if the 4th line is really horrible. We can make some changes and put Jenner or Kopp on the 4th line. But I don't know. Both of them are too good, I would think, for the 4th line. Unless they have a crazy perfect fit. Kopp has a good fit on the 4th line. Let's say we did that. Marchman, it would be a +1 on the 3rd. Yeah, Kopp has 84 faceoffs. Could even swap him and Jenner goes down here, as Kopp is the better player. True, ice time is roll 3 lines as well. So we're going to try it without, and if push comes to shove, then we'll make the change. Last thing we got to always do, I don't touch anything when I do long-term simulations or one-offs, but I always do the power play. Always got to do the power play. So Ovechkin's going to be here as the finisher. Kopitar can be here as the playmaker. Not the playmaker, but he can be the centerman. Malkin on the left. Niederreiter, no. We're going to do... Zuccarello's going to go on the 2nd unit. Hold on, we'll come back to that in a second. Zuccarello can swap with Letang. There you go. Come on. Letang will go on the 1st unit as the playmaker. Nino can stay there, I guess. Why not? I know, he has a lower face-off, but he has the X Factor. Very odd. Zuccarello will go here. Arvidsson can actually go here. Here I want Torrey Krug, because actually he's a power forward, but that still doesn't help without being a better line fit. Where am I going? Torrey Krug can go here. Still a -1, though, eh? So Krug can go there. Kopp with 2 X's is going to come off. Zuccarello, Arvidsson... Niederreiter, maybe Mantha. Mantha could be maybe a guy who fits well. Brings it to a 0. That's good. Mantha, Zuccarello, Boone Jenner at faceoff at center. No, he has an X there. Let's try. Yeah, we could do Orlov, but it seems to work without him even. Let's go. Now we don't have enough faceoffs here. Centerman here. Does Kopp have a better fit than Jenner? No, still X's, but better on the face-off. So, and because, actually no, he's still third line. So we're going Kopp, Arvidsson, Zuccarello, Krug, Mantha. Not the greatest unit, but we're really loading that first one up heavily. So Arvidsson can be the finisher. Yeah, sorry, distributor would be, well, I guess we'll keep it as Zuccarello. And the puck carrier can be Kopp. Okay. That's the second unit. First unit, I know he's left with the bums on the second unit, but someone has to be half decent there. Unless Nino goes in the second unit and we bring Orlov on the first unit. And then Kopp. I mean, you still need someone playing center, though. No, I'm going to keep it like that. I'm not going to think about it too hard. Letang will be the distributor. Finisher Ovechkin. Puck carrier can be, yeah, Malkin has the unstoppable force X factor. There we go. Alrighty, here we go. With the line set, let's get simulation started. We'll sim through the preseason and start the year. Here we go. Line there. Hey Data, first time catching a stream. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us. Lovely to have you. We'll be releasing PS4 rosters this year. Well, first and foremost, I won't be putting out any rosters until the salary edit bug is fixed. Number 2, if that is fixed, then yes, I'm putting out rosters. But the bigger question is, will they be on PS4 or will I buy a PS5 or be gifted one by Mark, who said that he has one for me? So I will be putting out rosters, but I'm not sure if they'll be PS4 or PS5. I'm not sure yet. Another Giordano coach, like Giordano, the coach we had in the was it the Kraken series? Is that it? Is that where we had him? So let's get started here, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Knights versus the Kraken with the descending age squad from Ovechkin being the oldest all the way down to the youngest players in our backup goalie as a 24-year-old. And yeah, laggy for sure. Game 1 of our experiment. First period, 1-0 Seattle. Patty Kane on the power play. Second period, 2-1 Vegas. Borgen and Ovi putting us ahead. Shots 32-23 after 40 minutes. Faceoff X Factor makes Jenner better faceoff compared to Kopp. Though I guess that's true. I guess. Who knows? Power play Seattle, that's killed off. We're holding on to a 1-goal lead. Oh, perfect. You're watching the old franchise. Yeah, I remember Giordano. Aiden Giordano, was that his name? Man, I'm really going back in the archives. Aiden Giordano. Ah, Lindholm ties it up late. And we're headed to overtime. Let's hop in. Oh, that's too bad. Are we going to sim to the trade deadline and the play? No, we're going to do the whole thing. Whole thing. Let's get in. I've heard that if you try to edit the lines when you're locked on coach, you're not able to. So let's experiment with that in NHL 24. And let me know if the music is too loud or any of the sounds are too loud. I'm still experimenting with that as well. John, buddy, I'm glad you've been able to enjoy the old videos. You're able to, when you go through a series that's already done, you can really binge through it. I know you can't add your thoughts as you go, but you can really just fly through the episodes, which is fun. I remember doing that with the old 2BC series and others as well. It's Saskatchewan Stags and the team that X-Tech had in Japan. I'm going to take it off broadcast, though. I'm not a broadcast fan. You can't see the names of the players very well. AI will always be pylons. Always, always, always. Visual. And we'll go to dynamic higher. Let's go dynamic medium, I suppose. I forget which one it is. No good for the music. All right, here we go now. Overtime action. Vegas and Seattle. Face off one back. McAvoy up to Patty Kane. Kane with the win. Oh my goodness! Whoa! Just flew through. Here in 3-on-3 action. Ovi picks up the puck. Here we go. Come on, Ovi. That's true. I'm locked on the coach. I can't change the lines. I cannot change the lines. That's broken right now. Malkin! Poke check there. Kane is bumped. Lindholm over to McAvoy. 2-on-1. It's Charlie skating in. Over to Lindholm between the legs. Scores! What in the world was that? Elias Lindholm wins it in overtime for the Kraken. Too bad we couldn't change our lines. Boy, he went between his legs, but then he kept it between his legs. He never really shot it. It just kind of went from between his legs to in the net. That was a really weird sequence. Come on, I can't even... Come on, replay. And then it... What? It just ends? I gotta go and do it myself. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what happened here? He receives the pass. It's not the deke that... I'm saying, why does he hold it for so long? And then... What even happened? He didn't even shoot. He just tried to bring it back to his forehand. He didn't even shoot. It just went through his legs. Oh my goodness. If he took a shot, I would have thought it was nicer. He didn't even take a shot. He just tried to bring it back to his forehand, and by bringing it back to his forehand, it went between his legs. Oh my goodness, that was painful. Let's go to the calendar simulation now. Boy, oh boy. Classic stuff. And not being able to change the lines, that's huge. That takes out like any desire for me to go into a game now. Biggest waste of time. Alright, let's get some simulation done. Not to any day in particular. Let's just sim and see what happens for a little bit here. Let's get a little chunk done here. Now that it's been an hour and a half in the simulation, this live stream, let's just get into it. That'll be on SportsCenter. I just don't know if it's the highlight of the night or the worst play of the day. Good point. Trades are off. So CPU trades, I turned it off. So I'm not sure why it's offering me trades. Unless maybe they're not turned off. Let me just take all these guys off the block just in case. All right, 1-1 and 1 start the year. That's nice. 6-4 win. Good to see. Let's just try and fly through as much simulation as possible here. Let me check your settings. Make sure replays are on. Remember, it was automatically off a couple years ago. Okay, so that could be it. Yeah, a few things I still got to check, I suppose, then, if that's the case. Thank you, my friend. 4-1 and 1. We start off 1-1 and 1, then we win 3 in a row. Just so slow. The problem is I don't know the storylines. I can't say who we're playing against. Oh, here we are against Bedard and the Blackhawks. No, it's not Bedard and the Blackhawks. No, I wish it were possible to have no alerts come up. But even with waiver notification... Actually, I can turn trade notifications off. But everything else, central scouting, pro scout, RFA reminders, all of those cannot be turned off, unfortunately. So it's brutal. But I can turn off trade notification pop-ups and waiver notification pop-ups and like head coach firing pop-ups at least, but still not enough in my opinion. Blockbuster trailer, blah blah blah. Waivers notifications are off, trade notifications are off, head coach firing off, CPU trades are off. So there you go. Yeah, we'll keep hoping, that's for sure. Alright, back to the calendar. Let's see who's leading. 13 points in 10 games for Evgeny Gino Malkin. It's too bad he's not on the top line. Maybe we fix that at the halfway point when we pause. But I think the +5 and the +2 or 3 is more important, and getting Kopitar on that top line as opposed to Kopitar having his terrible second line fit. So we'll see once we get there. Okay, 6-4 and 1. Yeah, in some ways, there's a lot you could say. There's a lot you could say for sure. Whoa, 10-2 win against the Kings. How about that for a big victory? We're 7-5 and 2. Where are we in the Pacific is what I want to see. Yeah, I saw a quick flash there. We're somewhere in the middle of the Pacific. On the road in Washington, we win 6-5. We seem to be a high-scoring team. Sometimes. 4-3 win in the shootout. Very good. Let's try to make it double digits here for a 10th victory in Philadelphia. There it is, 4-3. Malkin and Letang against their original team, the Penguins. Thank you. Good year for rookies. Blah, blah, blah. 3-1 loss on the road at PPG Paints Arena. Speaking of the Penguins, I simulated year number 16 today. We stopped our NHL 23 series at 15 years. I simmed year number 16 today. If you want to know the results of it, make sure you're in the Discord server and keep an eye on the NHL Suggestions channel. That's going to be where I share the results. Also, speaking of sharing things, the poll for our next franchise mode will go up tomorrow, and the first 8 nominees in the Data 782 Hall of Fame will be announced on Monday. So 3 things that are coming up that you want to keep note of, as I don't know the dates on things like EA patches and the rosters and stuff like that, unfortunately. I don't know those dates, so just keep our dates in mind for the time being. 14, 10, and 2, a little past the quarter mark. There we go. We lose 5-2 against the Blues in Vegas, then we win 5-2 against St. Louis on the road in St. Louis. So 5-2 loss, 5-2 win, 4-2 loss, 4-1 loss. Great. 15, 12, and 2. I wouldn't say our record is fantastic. 7-3 loss. Yikes. Yeah, the older guys are our top guys. So if they're going to slow down and get tired, then the younger guys in the bottom of the lineup have to carry, and that's a difficult thing to ask from them. 16, 14, and 2, as we're within 10 games of the halfway point. We've lost a lot here in December. Yeah. That's, see, again, old messages coming up, while new messages on my YouTube are not popping up here, which is odd. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Sean. Hobbsy's saying Hall of Fame voting open until Sunday. Correct. So I've received 80 ballots for the Data 72 Hall of Fame. We open until Sunday. First 8 inductees announced on Monday. I have received 80 ballots, which is great, but I'd love to get as many as possible. If you haven't done that yet, there's a link on the Discord, there's a link on Twitter, there's a link in the community tab here on the YouTube channel. There's a bunch of places that you could find it. Yeah, the good old fast sim. 39, so this is 40, and that's game 41. So we'll stop against the Bruins. That'll be past the halfway point. We're at 500 here. Can we get above 500 for the halfway point? We were really hot, or at least we were hot enough, and then it was a really tough December. Can we end above 500? Can we end above 500? No, we cannot. So the halfway point comes and goes, and we are 19, 19, and 3. On pace to go 38, 38, and 6. Not good enough. That's all it is. Evgeny Malkin is on pace for 60 goals and 106 points, which is great. Lovely, Hobbsy. Thank you. So that's the good news, but it seems like the depth of our lineup is not there. Ovi's on pace for 92 points. Very good. Kopitar's on pace for 88. Zuccarello's on pace for 86. Niederreiter's no, sorry. If he's on pace for, if he has 38, on pace for 76. Niederreiter also on pace for 76. Arvidsson, Krug -13. Letang only 22 points. Well, on pace for 44 though, but still. Jenner, Kopp. That bottom 6 is brutal. Oh my goodness, that third line especially. Jenner, Kopp, and Mantha. Yeah, we're gonna change up the third line. Whoa, 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 whoa. Even DeMello -14. Bobrovsky, 884 save percentage. Why is Skarek playing so much? What, 14 starts through half? He's on pace to have 28 appearances? Come on now. That's crazy. So we definitely want to make some changes in the bottom 6. Not too many though. It's like we're not making trades, we're not doing stuff like that. It's just lineup changes. The team itself, the 18 skaters and 2 goalies always stay the same. Yeah, we got to move down some of the bad plus minuses here. That third line is just not clicking. Malkin, I'd be tempted to move him up to the top line, but he's doing amazing things where he is, so we'll keep him there with Arvidsson and Niederreiter. Jenner, 7-8, -11. Kopp, 6-7, -15. So Kopp will be our new 4th line center. Jenner will center the 3rd line, and Marchment will come up with him. Jeannot, Kopp, Blais on the 3rd line, on the 4th line moving forward. DeMello's moving down, -14, right? -14 for him. +4, 0. So let's bring Mata up. No, I gotta bring. I'll switch the righties. Borgen will swap with DeMello. Orlov, Letang could probably still stay the same top pair there, I guess. But Letang hasn't been doing much, or just not as much as I would have hoped from him. And Skarek, you shouldn't be playing like at all. Bobrovsky, you should be the workhorse here. So there are the only changes that we can really make. We could make some changes to the special teams if we want. We could. Yeah, let's leave no stone unturned. Let's go here. So looking in the entire NHL. Where are we? Probably closer to the bottom than the top. Nice and laggy as ever. 19th. Okay. Power play of 24.5%. So our power play is very good. It's the second best in the NHL. But our pound and kill, actually, that's not bad either. 86.3. So yeah, I will not touch the special teams. Oh, I love SpongeBob. The original SpongeBob, like the first, whatever, 5, 6, 7 seasons. Whatever it was when I was growing up. Early 2000s, yes. I can name you any episode, any line, any song. Let's go here. Let's go towards the end of the year. Let's see if that little change turned things around. All right, so 5-3 win to start off. That's good. Bobrovsky playing back-to-back, I guess. 7-1 loss was probably attributed to him, unfortunately. Did we just become best friends? I think so. Sounds like we got to meet up. No, nothing wrong with doing that. Nothing wrong with that. SpongeBob's a good, like, relaxed type of show. It's not a kid show, baby show, anything like that. I don't think it falls in that category at all. Especially if you're going to tell me that you're 17, 18, or even 27, sure. If you're going to tell me you're 60... you know what? If you tell me you're 65 and watching it, then you're just enjoying life. So you know what? There is no age limit. I take it back. Put SpongeBob in our lineup at this point. So after... Okay, so since making those changes, we went win, loss, loss... Then win, 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 loss, win. So a win, a couple losses, then 4 wins in a row. I like what I'm seeing for the most part. Against the Oilers here, we lose 4-3. These are a lot of the losses are tight 1-goal games. A lot of see 4-3 loss, 4-3 shootout loss. Yeah, we're talking SpongeBob. From La Belle Province. No restaurant that I praise higher than La Belle Province ou Petit Québec, mais spécialement La Belle Province. Ben écoute, La Belle Province, what could I say? Le steamy! Moi, je veux quelques steamy tout de suite maintenant. J'ai faim, mon ami. I want to go right now. You're making me hungry. Are we going to make the playoffs? I think 28, 23, and 5 if we can keep up this pace. If we can keep up the pace that we're on, I think, but it's going to be close. We're in a wild card spot right now. We need every win we can get. There's 30 wins through 58 games. That's good. We're on pace to go 38, 38, and 6. If you're going to Montreal on Wednesday, if you have a PS5 for me to get on Wednesday, we'll find a spot. Actually, on my way to work there is a Belle Province. And I'm always tempted to turn in when I'm driving. You have to, Vinny. It's pretty simple. It's just hot dogs, poutine, all that, fries. But it's like, if there's anything that Quebec does well, it's that. Absolutely. Yeah, well, this is in the fantasy draft, the Pacific is as strong as any other division, probably. So, no trades to make, obviously, since we have to stick with our squad. 33, 25, and 5 at the deadline. 2-1 loss for the Red Wings. Against the Red Wings, that is. We beat the Kraken 4-3. In the Pacific, we're in the first wild card spot now. There's a win there against the Devils. Very good. Do you really in Ottawa? Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like somewhere in Gatineau or on the border type of thing, or even in Ottawa. I could see it. But beyond there, that would be the furthest location for sure. Metro could be close. There's a 7-1 win, 4-2 win. Good. So we really turned it around. We're already above our pace that we were at. We're on pace to win 38 games after the first half. Now we already have hit 40 wins right there with still, what, like 8 games to go. There's a win. Nice. So we really turned it around. That third line seems to be killing us. That's what it was. Orléans, c'est ça? OK. Ben, pourquoi pas? Nous sommes 42, 29 et 5 maintenant. On gagne 7-5 contre Vancouver. On perd 4-2 contre Edmonton. Maintenant, nous sommes 43, 30 et 5. Il y a 4 matchs qui restent. 3-2 contre les Wild de Minnesota. On gagne, mais on perd 2-1. 2 matchs qui restent. 5-3 contre les Blackhawks. Et maintenant, le 82e match du saison, the 82nd game of the season for your Vegas Golden Knights. We are 45, 31, and 5, looking for a last victory. In the Pacific, we have clinched. Very well done. I think we had a fantastic second half. What was our record then? If we were 19, 19, and 3. Hold on, let's see how this game goes first. Let's get this game over with first. Skarek, of course, is in nets. Kopitar wins, scores in the first period. Second period, no scoring shots. 21-17 in our favor through 40. Sammy Blade puts us up 2-1. Very nice, thank you very much. But then Panarin ties it right back up. 2-20 for the Ducks. 3-23 as LeBlanc scores there. 4-24 as Panarin gets another. I don't know why Skarek played as much as he did as a 77 overall, but whatever. Okay, so we were 19, 19, and 3. We lose 5-2, and we end the season, drumroll, 45, 32, and 5. So that means we went 26, 13, and 2, correct? So the ascending team had a better record, but the ascending team had a better record and finished and lost in the second round. We, as the descending team, had a slightly worse record by a couple games, but it's all about the postseason now. Maybe his overall grew, right? Maybe. So every team has played 82 games. Very good. Let's check it out now. So in the end, Geno Malkin ended with 45 goals and 95 points. Very nice. Let's check out the standings. Standings in the entire NHL, the Ducks did well. So entire league, we see the Ducks winning the President's Trophy. We as the Vegas Golden Knights finish in 9th in the NHL. We were 19th at the halfway point. We finished 9th. 3.52 goals for, 3.26 goals against. Power play of 22.7, best power play in the NHL. And penalty kill of 86.5, second best penalty kill in the NHL. So regardless of what team we have, I feel like the special teams of the team that I am managing is usually quite good, all because I set the roles. I think that's really what it is. Setting the roles and switching out a few players that don't fit makes all the difference that the AI teams do not do. I think that really makes the difference, because even when we're not a good team, usually my franchise mode teams are always teams with good special teams. I know. Don't get me started, doggy. So Malkin ends with 95 points, getting a little less ice time than we would like, but he was a monster. Ovechkin, 56 goals from our first overall selection, or first round selection. Kopitar, 87. Zuccarello, 79. Nino Niederreiter, 63. Arvidsson, 58. Great stuff. Now our top 3 defensemen go 1, 2, 3 right here. 47, 46, and 40. Very well done. I don't know how Torrey Krug... Actually, no, him and Letang weren't together anymore. But, yeah, you would think, doggy. Mantha, 37 points, negative 11. Jenner, 33 points, negative 17. Kopp, 28 points, negative 21. Wow, our bottom 6 was horrible. Marchman, 22, negative 10. Mata, 17 points. Blais, 17, negative 13. Tanner Jeannot, 16 points, negative 9. Okay, so he turned it around a bit. DeMello, 12 points, negative 4. He turned it around. And Borgen, 12 points, negative 6. Goaltending, Bobrovsky goes 33, 24, and 3 with 1 shutout, an .896 save percentage, and 3.2 goals against average, while Skarek, who is still 77, somehow appears in 25 games and goes 12, 10, and 2. I don't know why he was playing so much, but there you have it. Let's see, in this fantasy draft league, who led the league in scoring? It's Jack Hughes with 113 points. Draisaitl, 105. The new gen or old gen games are different, and old gen games are different. How do you mean, though? Like if I buy a PS5 but I'm playing the PS4 version on the PS5, is that it? Or is it that if I get a PS5, like I just want to make sure that I'm not getting played here. Crosby also 105, Panarin, Scheifele, Jeff Skinner scored 100 points. Connor, Caulfield scored 97. 97 from point. Yeah, 61 goals. That's right. I didn't notice that. I hadn't noticed that. 61 goals from Jack Hughes. Oh my goodness. Winning the Art Ross and the Rockets. Kyle Connor scored 57? Whew. So there is the scoring. Let's look at defense here in the NHL. 91 points from Adam Fox. Look at that. PS5 game and PS4 game. But if I buy a PS5 and then download the game that I bought... is that not the same thing? Or would it be laggy on the PS5 because it's the PS4 version? But that seems very weird. Why would it let me do that? Why wouldn't it give me the version of my console, right? Quinn Hughes, 84 points. Darlene, 79. And down the list there. Top goaltenders in the NHL. We see most wins going to Vejmelka. What? Vejmelka, 42 wins, 5 shutouts, 922 save percentage. Thatcher Demko had 8 shutouts, 2.59 goals against. Vanacek, Jerry, Kakinen, Demko, Ottinger. I don't know. I got to look more into it, Vinny. I don't know. I just got to know. Rookie skaters, anything out here for the rookies? Connor Bedard scores 74 points on the Boston Bruins, right up to an 88 overall. Luke Hughes scores 41 in Winnipeg. Marco Rossi scores 40 in Vancouver. Love to see it. Any rookie goalies out here? Jesper Wallstedt, as a starter in San Jose, does quite well. And there's Skarek, of course. All right, so there are the stats, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the postseason. It might be a fast postseason, but at the very least, we want to reach the conference final or further to beat how we did with the ascending age team. This is the descending age team. Let's check it out. In the first round, we will be facing the Dallas Stars. So, the Dallas Stars, let's see who's on their fantasy drafted team. The Dallas Stars. Dallas. So Dallas has Nugent Hopkins, McKinnon, and Kyrou. Wow, what a first line. Hartman, Comfer, and Evander Kane on the second. Lafreniere, Bluger, and Brown on the third. White, Suter, and Ritchie on the fourth. Yikes. Defense, they have Siegenthaler and Marino, so a weaker defensive core here. Brandstrom, Vlasic, Harley, and Carrier. Thomas Harley finding his way back to Dallas. So a weaker defensive core for sure. I wouldn't say Laffy's a bust just yet. Goaltending, it's Kachetkov backed up by Stolars. He's definitely on the path, I guess, but that path is not definitive. He's on the path, if he continues at the pace that he's been on, where he's slowly increasing every year, by the next couple of years, he'll be a fine NHLer. I think the only way he becomes a bust is if he kind of stagnates or gets worse from where he is now. So he's kind of on that path. He's coming to a crossroads, and we'll see where he goes from there. So Nuge, McKinnon, Kairos, that top line will be scary here in Dallas. 94 points for McKinnon here as the first line for the Stars. First line centerman for the Stars. Let's see what we can do in round number 1 against them. At American Airlines Center, they went 44, 35, and 3. They had less wins, but had home ice advantage. Okay. So first period, 2-0 Vegas. Kopp shorthanded and Marchment even strength. Second period, 3-1, Ovechkin and Marino. I'm going to go through these a bit more quickly. And third period, 4-1 the final. Letang wins it for us. And we take game number 1. There we go. Especially if you want to get through this whole postseason, let's go through these games quickly. Yeah? Come on, menus. Up 1-0 after we win on the road in Dallas. Let's sim game number 2 here. There you go. Laffy scored the first goal for him tonight. For sure. I hear you, Vinny. First period, 1-0 Ovechkin. Second period, 3-2. Mata puts us up 2-0. Kane gets them back in it. Ovi scores his second, but then Cairo brings it within 1 again. 3-2 headed into the third period, and it's a 4-3 final. Marchman makes it 4-2. White makes it a 1-goal game again, like 21 seconds later, but we outshoot Dallas 41-34, and we hang on for the 4-3 victory, and we win game number 2, winning both games on the road, now headed back home with a 2-0 series lead, 3 goals and 5 points in 2 games from Ovechkin. All right. Thankfully, we have a team that simulates well in terms of like OV, Malkin, traditional simulation guys, so that is helpful. All right. First period of game 3 in Vegas, 2-1 Vegas. Carrier opens it up, and then Arvidsson and Krug put us ahead. Second period, 4-2. Mantha and Malkin for us. McKinnon scoring for the Stars. And third period, and 6-4. Ovi and Letang making it 6-2. Nuge and McKinnon score in the later stages of the third. But we hang on for the 6-4 victory, and we now have a 3-0 series lead over Dallas. I think Laffy will score above 40 points this season. I think Kako is the bigger concern in New York. All right, game 4 to sweep it off. Yeah, that's a good point there too, Hobbsy. All right, I wonder that's why Gorton left. First period, Ovi opens it up. Who else? Second period, Ovi again on the power play. These power play goals are easy. And Marino scores shorthanded to break the shutout. But we sweep Dallas. We outshot them 46-18. And we will sweep Dallas out of round number 1. Thanks in large part to, I think we can say, our captain, Alex Ovechkin. 6 goals and 8 points in 4 games. We're through to round number 2. Hobbsy, do you happen to remember how many games the ascending team lost in round number 2? Had you said 7 games, or am I just remembering that? We just gotta get to the Western Conference Final, and it's considered a win. So Ovi, Kopitar 5 assists, Letang 4 points, same for Malkin and Orlov. Yeah, in 7. Okay, great. So as long as we can't even lose in 7. We gotta make it to the next round. And Bobrovsky looked solid. 923 save percentage, 2.25 goals against. That's what we want to see from you, Bob. Come on now. Alrighty. So we are through round number 1. Very nice. Now let's move on to round number 2, where it looks like we're going to face the... Is it the Kraken that we'd face there? I think so, if they beat the Oilers. Or even Cup or Bust. Oh, wow. So we were up 3-1, and we lost games 6 and 7 to blow it. Oof. That was a tough, tough loss. Man. Excuse me. All right. Facing Nashville. Okay, Nashville. So it's Anaheim and Seattle in the other Western Conference series. So the Nashville Predators here in round number 2. Let's see how many games they beat the team that they faced as well. Nashville. No, of course, goes to Montreal. Nashville, Matty Beniers, Sam Reinhart, and Tom Wilson. They won their series in 6 games. Nick Benino, Evan Rodriguez, and Robbie Fabry. Nick Foligno, Danton Heinen, Alexander Holtz on the 3rd line, Poulain, Lundstrom, and Robinson on the 4th line. So no line especially impresses me, I have to say. The first line is their best line for sure. 5 points, 5 points, 5 points from each in the 6 games. But no one else really screams anything to me. Must be strong defense and goaltending. Yeah, Roman Josi, wow, back in Nashville. Makes sense. So Josi is here with Connor Clifton. Darnell Nurse with Hayden Fleury. And then Travis Sanheim with Mike Matheson. Yeah, solid defense. Very solid defense for the Predators. And their goaltender is 90 overall, Jake Ottinger, who had a 932 save percentage. So extremely strong defense, but not the greatest offense. If we can just break through the defense a little bit and then hold their offense back, we'll be all right. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 2 here against the Predators at Bridgestone Arena. Yeah, definitely good decor and goalie. All right. First period, 3-0 Vegas. That's what we're talking about. Malkin scores twice and Tanner Jeannot gets another. Second period, 5-0. Third period, 6-0. Wow. So we break through Ottinger 6 times. 6 goals on 28 shots for the goalie who had a 932 save percentage. Malkin scores twice. Krug 3 assists. Bobrovsky 26 save shutout. Oh my goodness. How about that for an opening game to this series? There you go. Yeah, you jinxed it for them, Vinny. 7 goals and 9 points in 5 games for Ovechkin. That's why we took him. That's why we took him. Game 2 here in Nashville. First period, 3-0 again! Another 3-goal first period. Second period, 4-0. And the third period, 6-0. What? Back-to-back 6-0 victories. 6 goals on 28 shots in Game 1. 6 goals on 45 shots in Game 2. We outscore the Predators 12-0 in 2 games. Back-to-back shutouts from Bobrovsky, who got 1 shutout all season. He now gets back-to-back shutouts in Games 1 and 2. Bobrovsky, you're back on the case. Wow. Oh my goodness. We definitely found a way to break through them. But it's only 2 games. Let's keep it up here at home at T-Mobile Arena. My goodness, that's crazy. The shutout streak continues here for Bobrovsky. First period, 2-0 Predators. There you go, breaking it. Rodriguez and Robinson. By the way, we have a lot of former Predators on our team. We have Jeannot. We have Niederreiter. We have... There's another one in there. There's more. There's more. I remember thinking there was more. 5-0. Wow. Okay, so 6-0 win, 6-0 win, 7-1 loss. The Predators were angry in that one. Who else am I thinking of? Was Zuccarello on the Predator? Wasn't Zuccarello a Predator? Arvidsson. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Arvidsson. Yes, Arvidsson was who I was thinking of. But wasn't Zuccarello also on the Predators in his career? No, he was never on the Predators, eh? I'm thinking of somebody else then. Okay. My apologies, just wanted to figure that out for myself there. All right, so 6-0 win, 6-0 win, 7-1 loss. We lose our first game here of the postseason so far in brutal fashion, might I add. So let's try and keep it up here. Let's try and get back in the driver's seat after those first couple games. Let's do it. Yeah, maybe it's Fiala I'm thinking about. Someone who's on the Wild and on the Predators. Letang, first shot of the night, opens it up. And it's 1-0 after 20. Second period, 1-0. Shots are 25-19 for the Predators. Malkin scores again. Game 3 ends. Oh, 2-2 after 60. Malkin put us up 2-0. Then Yossi and Rodriguez tie it up. Shots 34-32. We'll let this simulate here. Here in overtime, a goal for Vegas puts them up 3-1 in the series. A goal for Nashville ties it at 2 and makes it a best of 3. Who's going to get the game-winning goal? We have a winner! It's the Vegas Golden Knights as Evgeny Malkin ends it for us. Gino Malkin gives us the victory to go up 3-1 in this series. 12 points in 8 games, now leading the team, or at least tied for the team lead, as we'll have a chance to end it on the road. We've been perfect on the road so far. We'll get some AI madness eventually. Eventually. Let's end it off here in Game 5. First period, 1-0 Malkin. Second period, the Predators are up. Third period, do we come back to get a victory? No, we did not. 6-3 loss. All right, so a 3-2 series now. Game 6 back in Vegas. Game 6 over in Vegas to try and end it and don't let it get to 7. The Senators and the Islanders are through in the East. Hopefully. First period, 2-1 Vegas. Second period, 2-1. Shots 28-13, more than double. Let's try and end it here in the third period. Let's get just another one for insurance, then I'll sim it. Come on, power play. No. We're hanging on tight, up by 1, halfway through the third. Come on, add one more. No. One more to push ourselves through to the Western Conference Final in Game 6 of Round 2. No! Robbie Fabry! Overtime again. Shots are 41-20. But now Ottinger has woken up after those first couple games. Power play Vegas! No. Come on. Come on. Let's end it. Don't let it go to 7. Don't blow it like the ascending team. Come on. I can spam square? Really? Can you? I'll have to try that next game. 2-2. Second overtime now. Double overtime. We have a winner in double overtime. Are the Vegas Golden Knights through? Yes, they are! Sammy Blais wins it in overtime! Shots end 52-30. Oh my goodness. The Vegas Golden Knights win and are officially through to the Western Conference Final, which puts them in, gives them a better result than the ascending age team. The ascending age team lost in Game 7 of Round 2. The descending age team has made it to the Western Conference Final Round 3. So at the very least, we have that. Will we face the President's Trophy winning Anaheim Ducks, or did Seattle pull off the upset? Yes, they did! Seattle pulls off the upset. So, through 2 rounds, Evgeny Malkin, 10 goals in 10 games. How is Ovi looking? Ovi slowed down a little bit, still 10 points in 10 games. Niederreiter quietly putting up 11 points in 10 games. Arvidsson and Kopitar both with 9 as well. Krug 8. Bobrovsky, 919 save percentage and 2.41 goals against average. Still a very nice 8-2 record. All right. Now the Western Conference Final against the Kraken. who went 49, 24, and was that 5 this season? Let's see Seattle. So Seattle has Giroux, Lindholm, and Kane. Of course, we saw them in the first game of the season. Patty Kane, 11 points. Lindholm, 9, and 10 for Giroux. Palat, Nelson, Barabanov on the second line. Backstrom, O'Reilly, and Foligno on the third. Marcus Foligno. Fourth line, Noah Cates, Barclay Goodrow, and Jesper Foss. This is a very good, deep, well-rounded lineup, especially their center core. Very nice. Hope not. Defense, McNabb and McAvoy. Yeah, Klingberg and Riley, Shea and Shattenkirk. This is a very good team. This is a very good team. And the goalie is Tristan Jarry, backed up by Lankinen. So Jarry, 908 save percentage through the postseason so far. We got to break through Jarry. That's our only hope, I think. So this is gonna be a high octane series. There's gonna be some 7-5 games in here. Excuse me, hiccups coming back. So game 1 here at Climate Pledge Arena. We're never at home here. Islanders and Senators in the East. Game 1 here at home. Let me try it. Is that what you said to do, doggy? Yeah, you're right. You can go through a little quicker like that. Interesting. So 1-1 after the first. Second period, 2-1. Ovechkin puts us up. Third period, we come out with a 4-2 victory. Kopitar and Marchment scoring 4-2 victory in game number 1 of the Western Conference Final. We got to break through Jarry. That's all we got to do. We got to break through Jarry. All right, up 1-0. We continue to do very well on the road as we take down Seattle at Climate Pledge Arena. Exactly. All we care about the wins. First period, 3-1 Seattle. Zuccarello opened it up, then Kane, Nelson, Lindholm. Second period, 5-1. Yikes. And the game ends 7-4. We score 3 in the third, which is nice. But 7-4. We allow 7 against Seattle. That's tough. I told you those high-octane offenses. 7-4, but it was a loss. So through the first 2 games already, what's that? 11 plus 6, 17 goals scored between the two teams through 2 games. Game 3, now at home for a best of 5. First period, 1-1, Malkin and Nelson. No problem, doggy. Thanks for being here for all the time that you were. Second period, 2-1 Seattle. Third period, 5-2 Seattle. Yikes. So now down 2-1 in the series. Could this be it? Malkin carrying the team on his own. With 14 goals in 13 games, Gino Malkin is doing his best. Oh, wow. Should we put him on the first line at this point? I don't know. Let's tie this series up at 2. Come on now, can't all be Gino. Come on, Nino. First period, Kopitar scores. Second period, 4-2. There you go. Zuccarello, Arvidsson, Malkin again, of course. And third period ends 5-3. All right, Zuccarello scored a couple. Malkin continues to score. Very good. Very good. 2-2 series now. It will be a best of 3. So this team is giving a little bit of fight. 15 goals in 14 games for Evgeny Malkin now. Sheesh, what a guy. At Climate Pledge Arena for Game 5. Here we go. First period, 1-0. Nino Niederreiter answering the call a game late, but all right. Second period, 3-1. Kane, O'Reilly, and Shea score 3 in the second period there. Hold on, Malkin gets another, of course. Who else but Gino to bring us back in this game. Go through a bit more quickly. 4-2. Hold on. 4-3. 4-3 in the final 2 minutes. Late heroics. Yes! Kopitar with the late heroics. Late heroics indeed. Shots end 37-26 for Seattle, but we scored 3 goals in the third period, and we're tied at 4. We're headed to overtime. Make it worth it. Power play. Come on. Let's sim through it a bit more quickly. Come on. Yes! Mason Marchment. What a comeback from the Golden Knights. Oh, wow. We tie this series up at 2. What an effort in those... Sorry, no, not tied at 2. We're up 3-2. We're up 3-2. 16 goals in 15 games from Malkin. And we get back-to-back wins to go up 3-2 in this series. And a chance to end it at home here at T-Mobile Arena. Jumping for joy. Let's go. First period, 1-0 DeMello. Second period, 2-0 Torrey Krug. With a chance to go through to the Stanley Cup Final. Third period, flying through it. Final couple minutes. Final minute. 3-0 Jeannot seals it. Ladies and gentlemen, the descending age fantasy draft Vegas Golden Knights are off to the Stanley Cup Final. Wow. What a great success this has been from 500, from being 500 at the halfway point to now being through to the Stanley Cup final to face either the Islanders or the Senators. To face the Senators! Hobbsy, this is going to hurt. Wow. All right, let's check out the lines here for the Senators. Who is on this Ottawa team? Stanley Cup final. That's true, back-to-back. Ottawa. So we have Marchessault. Stützle's here in Ottawa. How about that? And Troy Terry. Donskoy, Hayes, and JVR. Tolvanen, Monahan, and Ross Colton. Gustafsson, Paul, and Kuraly. Especially that top line. Marchessault has 10 points in 16 games. Stützle 11. Troy Terry 9 goals, 14 points in 16 games. We definitely have the scoring over them. Defense. Oh, yeah. Quinn Hughes and Alex Pietrangelo. Probably the best pair in the top pair in the NHL. Quinn Hughes has 12 points. Pietrangelo 9 points. Woo! Yeah, that's the first pair. Valimaki Pionk on the second. Still a great pair. 10 points from Pionk. Walker and Samberg on the third pair. Goaltending, it's Ville Husso at an 86. Woo! 934 save percentage. Nick Paul, too, is making it back. Yeah. Wow. So this is a good Senators team, but I wouldn't say they have depth scoring. They have depth in the lineup, but not depth scoring, it looks like. Let's check out the point totals one more time before we head into this next round. The final round. Malkin, 16 goals and 26 points so far. Arvidsson and Nino both have 17 points. Ovi 15, Kopitar 14, Letang 12. Okay. And goaltending, we see Bobrovsky with a 909 save percentage now and 2.85 goals against average. 12-4-0 with 3 shutouts. Yeah, Husso channeling his inner Hasek. All right. Game 1 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Final, Vegas and Ottawa. Yes, we did. It's Ville Husso as their goalie. All right, here we go. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, ladies and gentlemen. We made it this far. First period, 1-0 Vegas, Dmitry Orlov. Second period, 1-1. Kevin Hayes on the power play ties it up. Third period now. Power play killed off. Halfway point, 2-1 Victor Arvidsson, but then Tolvanen, channel legend and certified bellow, Eli Tolvanen, tying it up at 2. Final couple minutes. We're headed to overtime. First overtime here in Ottawa for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Let's fly through a power play. Ottawa killed off, but they win it in regulation. Ross Colton gets the OT winner. So 1-0 Senators in this Cup Final. Sean Avery, buddy, we need you. Welcome back, Mr. Avery. Let's go. They're in the Stanley Cup Final. We're pushing hard. We're fighting well, but we're down 1-0 in the Cup Final now. Let's go. Game 2. We got a little bit of luck from Sean coming back in here. Let's go. Let's get that Kenergy back up. First period, 2-0 Senators. Stützle picks up where he left off, and Colton picks up where he left off, and Stützle gets one there. Second period, 2-0 it remains. Shots 27-18, but Ville Husso just standing on his head. Zuccarello breaks through him. 1 goal on 30 shots. Jeannot game-winning goal. Here, come on. 5-on-3 power play. We kill off the Senators 5-on-3. Ovechkin ties it up, but then 2 goals from the Senators. Monahan and JVR, and that'll be it. So we tie the game up at 2, only to choke it and allow 2 more goals at the end. Great. All right. Down 2-0 in the series now. We lose both games on the road, and now we come back at home. At home at T-Mobile Arena to host the Senators. Let's get back into it here. Malkin, I know we've been asking a lot from you, but it's time for you to finish off the job that you started. First period, 0-0. Second period, 1-1. Jeannot, there's that goal from Jeannot. And Ross Colton, 3 goals in 3 games. Shots 24-22. We're tied at 1 after 40. Zooming through the third here. Power play Vegas, nothing comes from it. Final minute, and we're off to overtime once again. Overtime, next goal will win it. 3-0 for the Senators or a 2-1 series for the Senators. Big difference. Let's, power play sends, and they win it even strength. Kuraly. Oh, that's too bad. All right, we're down 3-0 in the series. Not over yet, but we're down 3-0. Let's make a little lineup change. Let's put Malkin on the top line. But aside from that, we just got to do whatever fate says. We just have to live out whatever fate says our destiny will be. So Kopitar and Malkin will swap. Incoming sweep, perhaps. after we swept round 1. All right. At T-Mobile Arena for game number 4 to avoid the sweep here in the Stanley Cup Final. At least we made it here, but to avoid the sweep. First period, 2-0, Arvidsson and Kopitar on that second line. Nice. Second period, 4-0, Jenner and Kopitar. 3 out of our 4 goals coming from our new second line. And third period, 4-1. Marchessault breaks the shutout, but 23 saves on 24 shots for Bobrovsky, and we avoid the sweep to live another day. At the very least, we will not be swept in the Stanley Cup Final, as we will now head back to Ottawa for game number 5. Here we go, a Canadian Tire Center. The Senators won both their games at home. Let's try and get another one step at a time. First period, 2-2 after 20. Hayes, Orlov, Blais, and Ross Colton again. Second period, 5-3 Vegas. Ovi, Gino, and Oli Mata put us up 5-2. Then Marchessault adds 1. We are up by 2 here in the third period. Every period, let's go 1 period at a time, gentlemen. We can march our way back 1 period at a time. Tolvanen scores late. Final minute, we hang on tight. 5-4 victory. We live to fight another day. We live to fight another day. All right, here we go. Game number 6, back at home. Win this, gentlemen, and it's anybody's series. Win this, and it's anybody's series. Let's go. This is going to be the comeback of all comebacks here. First period, 0-0. Well, not the comeback of all comebacks. We've had a lot of good comebacks. Second period, still 0-0. Wow. Shots 25-17 for Ottawa through 40 minutes. First goal of the game going to Kevin Hayes, but then getting Malkin ties it up 40 seconds later. Power play Vegas. Let's fly through this a little bit more. Down to the final 5 minutes. There, Kopitar ties it up after Nick Paul put the Senators ahead. Kopitar ties it on the power play, and we're headed to overtime. I don't want to go in and watch. It's too brutal. If it goes to Game 7, we will. Shots are 35-28 for the Senators. A goal for the Golden Knights pushes it to Game 7, but a goal for the Senators will win them the Stanley Cup. Let's go. Overtime action in Game 7. Are we going in Game 6, excuse me? Are we going to see Game 7, or can the Senators end it off here at T-Mobile Arena? A goal has been scored, and the decision is that your Vegas Golden Knights are off to Game 7. Alexander Ovechkin scores the game winner in overtime. The team that he got a Stanley Cup back in our NHL 21, or was it 22 or 21? Yeah, 21 series. Ovi on the Senators was huge in NHL 21. Vegas wins 3-2 from down 3-0 to tying this series up at 3. It's not unheard of in a Data 782 franchise. We now head to 7 in Ottawa to decide this series. Let's make sure our jersey numbers are set, our captains are set just in case. Just in case. Perfect. Ovi with Malkin and Kopitar. That's exactly what we would have done. Perfect. Game 7 in Ottawa. It all comes down to this. What a postseason run it's been. From a 500 record at the halfway point to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. First period, 1-0 Ottawa, Sean Kuraly. Second period, 2-1 Senators, goal apiece. Ovechkin on the power play, and Tim Stützle even strength. Shots are 26-23 for Vegas as we're down by 1, headed into the third period. But Anze Kopitar ties it up quickly. That first-second line swap ended up helping us out very much. I think that might be the reason why we're back in it. Malkin puts us up in the power play. Another one from Gino. The Senators' power play gets killed off. We're up by 1 here at the halfway point. From down by 1 to up by 1. Final 5 minutes now. Into the final 3, 2, 1, and we'll hop in. Empty netter, and that'll be it. That'll be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen, as the Vegas Golden Knights, unless something changes in the final minute, now up by 2. The Vegas Golden Knights, who were 500, 19 and 3 at the halfway point, barely in the playoffs, if even at all. We go on a great run to end the year, win 45 games, sweep through round 1, win rounds 2 and 3, and now in the Stanley Cup Final, down 3-0, we will have the reverse sweep in the Stanley Cup Final. Thankfully, I would say largely in part, largely due to the Malkin Kopitar swap that I did after Game 3. Hopefully that was the magic touch there. What a finish. What a finish, ladies and gentlemen. What a fun time on the live stream here as well. Getting to the ups and downs and a wild ride that will result in a Stanley Cup victory. Zuccarello misses the empty net there. Ottawa pushing in the final seconds. When we combine our strengths together for a draft, exactly. Vinny and Hobbsy would definitely not do too well if this was the real world. Leave a like if you didn't already for the championship that we have just accomplished as your Vegas Golden Knights are Stanley Cup champions. From the oldest all the way down to the youngest, Ovi down to Skarek, we are Stanley Cup champs. I didn't think our team was bad, but I didn't think we were quite Stanley Cup champion caliber. But we go all the way with the veterans leading us in the postseason. Thankfully, just a video game as the Senators get reverse swept. You got it. I'm not going to ask for votes. Malkin has to be the Conn Smythe winner. Evgeny Malkin was a man possessed in the postseason. Look at him. Look at Gino. Look at him with the A, with the Conn Smythe. Look at him. Beautiful. Gino Malkin with the Conn Smythe. Now for the Stanley Cup. Alex Ovechkin, his Stanley Cup victory with the Capitals, and when he receives the cup, will always be my favorite reaction of the ones that I've seen in my life. Big Gary calling him over. Ovi skates on over. Big handshake with Big Gary. Fireworks going off. And Ovi raises Lord Stanley. I like how they got his white hair in it now. The little gray is involved now for Ovechkin. 19 and 23 for Gino. Crazy. Alexander Ovechkin. Next up, let's give it to... Yeah, it's got to be Gino next. It's got to be Gino next. Was that... Did I see Skarek as one of the options? How come his backup... I hope I didn't. That would be crazy. Malkin. If anyone deserved it, it was him. Evgeny Malkin. I'm glad we went with Ovi and Malkin as our first two picks as opposed to Crosby and anybody else. Even if it was Crosby and Malkin, I think it worked. Why is Skarek an option? Why is he even there? Alright. Why not? Skarek, you did barely anything. 77 overall, who played too many games, more games than he should have. And he raises the cup. It's our youngest. Our oldest raises it, and now our youngest raises it. There we go. Oh my goodness. Skarek, what a guy. Next up, let's give it to... Kopitar was a great trooper. Let's give it to him. He did so well. I would give it to Nino if we had one more. I think this is it, though. Anze. Put some respect on Skarek's name. Anze Kopitar. And that's it. Let's get that team picture, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone gather around Lord Stanley. From the old to the young, gather around and snap a picture. This is really one that will last a lifetime. Let's see those names on the Stanley Cup as well. We'll get the final stats, and we'll wrap it up. This was definitely a longer stream than I thought it would be, but I'm glad we were able to have fun with it. Stanley Cup champions, Vegas Golden Knights. Skarek in the first frame. New channel legend, Skarek. Gray hair, brown beard. Vegas Golden Knights, there they are. Ovi, Arvidsson, Blais, Bobrovsky, Borgen, Kopp, DeMello, Jeannot, Jenner, Kopitar, Krug, Letang, Mata, Malkin, Mantha, Marchment, Niederreiter, Orlov, Skarek, and Zuccarello. Etched in history. And you'll see, actually, Vegas was on the left there. In NHL 23, you had Colorado on the left, now you have Vegas on the left. So there you go. Skarek, first ballot Hall of Famer. Oh, boy. There you go, all your favorites. So thank you, everyone, for helping to build this team. It wasn't just fun to build, but we were able to get a Stanley Cup out of this squad. 19 goals and 32 points in 23 games for Gino Malkin. What a run by him. The Conn Smythe winner, very well deserved. Ovi with 9 less points, 12 goals, 23 points for Ovechkin. Letang 21, Niederreiter 21, very underrated throughout the entire episode here. Kopitar and Arvidsson both with 20, Zuccarello 15, Orlov, Krug, all the points down here as we scroll. Negative 11 for Sammy Blais, yikes. Yeah, the bottom 6 was never good, unfortunately. Goaltending, Bobrovsky ends with a .913 save percentage and 2.75 goals against average, going 16, 5, and 2 with 3 shutouts. And Skarek, .882, 15 saves on 17 shots when he came in relief. Here is the playoff tree if you're curious. So we took down the... where are we? The Stars in 4, the Preds in 6, the Kraken in 6, and then the Senators in 7. And there you go. Perfect. That's what you like to see, eh? Bottom 6 off to Cuba with, what's his name? Torsten Hornquist. So Vegas wins the cup. Let's check out the awards, then we'll call it there, ladies and gentlemen. The awards in this fantasy draft season. Cup going to Vegas. President's Trophy to Anaheim. Individual awards. Jack Hughes wins the Art Ross with the Capitals as well as the Hart Trophy. James Norris going to Adam Fox on the Coyotes. Lady Bing also to Hughes. Bedard winning the Calder over in Boston. Conn Smythe to Malkin. Vezina to Vemelka in Columbus. Perfect. Ryan, lovely. I'm glad you're able to catch the end. And if you want to see the entire process, you can go back in the stream after since it'll be here on YouTube. But glad that you could drop by and say hi. We have the Jennings going to Vanacek over on the Ducks. Masterton to Logan Stanley, who's also on the Jets here. Jack Adams to the coach of the Panthers. Selke to Barkov on the Devils. Lindsay to Hughes. And Maurice Richard also to Hughes. AHL, any awards down here? Will Butcher winning some? Yeah, all right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That does it for the Descending Age Draft. The NHL 24 Fantasy Draft Challenge is a success. Most of our challenges aren't usually don't result in a Stanley Cup victory. We keep track of how well we did and we compare it to other challenges. But in this one, we were Stanley Cup champions. So thank you for joining me this evening, whether you be here live or watching after the fact, after it's already gone up here on YouTube. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, for continued NHL 24 content. Keep an eye on the channel as tomorrow, Friday, October 13th, the poll for our next franchise mode will be going up here on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. The first induction to the Data 782 Hall of Fame will be made on Monday. The link also here on the community tab. And the next franchise mode series, I can't tell you exactly when, but I'm looking forward to being live again next week. And this was a great draft. Thank you, Mr. Avery. I appreciate it. Hobbsy, thanks for being here. This was really a fun one. Sometimes when it's 2 hours, it's really a drag or whatever, but this was a fun one. It was a nice build. It was a good story where we were not good, then we got good, and it resulted in a crazy reverse sweep Stanley Cup. So if you were here live, if you know, you were here, and I appreciate those of you who were able to take the time to watch. Everyone have yourselves a lovely Friday, a great weekend ahead. Rest up, stay well. Thanks again for being here. We'll talk more in the Discord server, and I look forward to what comes next. Break after the 20th picks. That backing out was a disappointment. But if you're watching on YouTube, you didn't have to endure it. Everybody have yourselves a great night, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for being here. Take care, and we'll see you soon.